Hello and welcome to Veterans Field in Chatham, Massachusetts for Y-D Red Sox baseball on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Tonight, it's an Eastern Division matchup between the Y-D Red Sox and the Chatham Anglers as the Red Sox continue their reign atop the division. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz. And Sam, the big story in this one is not the names who are here, but the names who aren't here for the Chatham Anglers.
Rock Riggio, Marcus Brown will not play tonight for Chatham thanks to ejections last night that led to suspensions. It was kind of a messy ninth inning last night for the Anglers. Riggio got ejected after a balk call in that ninth inning in Bourne, and after the game, Brown a post-game ejection after exchanging words with the umpire. Both of those guys won't play. Riggio's been a thorn in the Red Sox side this summer a bit. Had 3 RBIs the last time these two teams played, and Marcus Brown, the best player probably on this Chatham team in terms of performance this season. Both big losses for the Anglers.
Well, Y-D, while the Anglers lose a couple of names, Y-D adding a couple of names, and we see a new guy in the lineup out of the 9th spot. It's Cody Coleman on his way to Dallas Baptist via Washington State, a guy who didn't expect to be here in the middle of the summer, Sam, but ends up on Cape and looks to make an impact out of that 9th spot.
Yeah, kind of an interesting story. He started in Falmouth. Falmouth let him go after only a few games early in the summer. Then he went to do an internship in Mashpee for physical therapy, and he was close enough. Scott Pickler called him up, said, hey, I need an infielder. You want to come down and play? He's here. We'll get to see what he brings to the table, and maybe we'll get to see Tyler DiMartino off the bench as well. 2 new players for the Red Sox that we haven't yet seen.
Records-wise, you're looking at the best team on Cape in the Y-D Red Sox and then the worst team on Cape in the Chatham Anglers. If you're Y-D, how do you not overlook this Chatham team and make sure you're able to come away with a big win to begin the summer?
Well, you can't just assume that this is going to be a win for you in this game. You got to go out there and play your brand of baseball. You got to go out there and ensure that you're playing a tight, well-pitched game and getting your timely hits. We talk a lot about the power for the Red Sox that hasn't been there of late, but our analytics intern Jake said, hey, the power matters, but it doesn't matter so much if you're getting your 9-10 hits in a game and your 5-6 walks and hit by pitches. He said 15 base runners. That's the benchmark you want to get to every day. Doesn't matter how you get them, but if you get them, you're putting yourself in positions to score runs. And if you pitch as well as the Red Sox have pitched this summer in tandem with those base runners, putting you in a position to score runs, you're putting yourself in a good position to win a baseball game.
We welcome you back to Veterans Field here in Chatham, Massachusetts on an absolutely gorgeous day at the end of the Cape. And let's get you the lineups between these two Eastern Division rivals here in Chatham. We'll start with the Y-D Red Sox. This is how they line up. It's Homer Bush Jr. out of Grand Canyon, who hits leadoff. Luke Schliger from Maryland bats second. Cole Carrick bats third out of San Diego State. Braden Montgomery from the farm at Stanford bats cleanup. Caden Connors in the fifth spot out of Cal State Fullerton. Out of Texas A&M, it's Hunter Haas. Johnny Long bats seventh out of Long Beach State. Zach Liu, another Cal State Fullerton Titan, bats eighth. And Cody Coleman makes his Y-D debut as he bats ninth. The starting pitcher today for this Chatham team is Ben Hampton out of West Virginia. Hampton, a 1.45 ERA so far this summer in 24 2/3 innings pitched, tied for second most on Cape behind Y-D's Eric Yost. Last outing for Ben Hampton, he went 6 1/3, gave up just one earned run on 5 hits. The outing before that, he was magnificent. Faced Harwich 6 1/3, no earned runs, just 1 hit allowed and 8 strikeouts. He has 7 or more strikeouts in his last 3 outings, and he'll look to dominate a Y-D team, Sam, that doesn't do it in the batter's box, but if the Red Sox are able to get 3, even 4 runs, usually that means a win.
Yeah, especially the way things have gone for this team lately. Lowest batting average on Cape Cod in the month of July. They still haven't hit a home run since back on July the 2nd, but they've got 5 wins this month. They now have the best record on Cape Cod, and they've only lost 3 times in the month of July despite the offensive struggles. Really goes to show you just how good they've been on the pitching and defense side.
A picturesque Friday night here at Veterans Field. A large flag hangs over the fire station at Depot Road, out over right field hill. In left field, the sun just above the tree line where the scoreboard is. Chatham in red uniforms. It's Red Shirt Fridays here on Cape Cod. Red shirts to honor all those who've served, first responders and military. And so the Chatham Anglers trading in their bright blue unis for these bright red uniforms with numbers on the back outlined in red and camo. Cape Cod across the chest in camouflage. As Homer Bush Jr. steps up to the plate, the leadoff hitter who's been swinging the bat well, hits in back-to-back games. He does not have hits in 3 straight games this summer. He can change that with a knock today. A full house here at Veterans Field. The stands in front of us starting to fill up. People all atop the berm out in right center. First pitch of the day. Bush takes a fastball on the inside part of the plate. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. First pitch at 7:01 local time here in Chatham, Massachusetts. 0-1. Bush takes a fastball up and away. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. 4th matchup of the summer between these two teams, starting a home and home. 1-1. Swinging a foul tap down the third base line. Count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bush. Y-D in their white road unis. The American flag pattern underneath the armpits. Here's the 1-2. Bush dribbles one, third base side foul. There's the curve. Going to see fastball, curveball, slider from Hampton. A left-handed pitcher facing a Y-D team that has hit lefties a lot better this summer than righties. About 20 points better batting average-wise. 1-2. Curve misses up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out, no score. Just getting going. First batter of the game in the top of the first. 2-2. Bush takes one low. There's a slider, and the count remains, or the count moves to 3 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff hitter for Y-D. Y-D on the right sleeve of those home uniforms. A red stripe down the side of the pants. Numbers on the back in blue. 3-2. Bush swings, hits one on 2 chops to third. Daley scoops it up from the shadows, throws to the sun to first, not in time. Homer Bush beats out a slow-rolling ground ball to second, and he is aboard to begin this game in the top of the first.
You talk about Homer Bush's speed as one of the fastest runners on all of Cape Cod, a guy who has registered home to first times under 4 seconds. We got to get that number from that one, too, because that's a routine 3-hopper to the second baseman. Daley played it back and didn't get that strong a throw off, but it wasn't a bad throw. And Bush, with all his speed, he really didn't even make that close. He beat it by a fair margin.
Lefty Luke Schliger swings and misses at a first pitch slider. The count, no balls and 1 strike. So Homer Bush Jr., with his fantastic speed, leads at first. 6 stolen bases this summer for him. Schliger, the 2-hole hitter, who had 2 hits yesterday in 4 at-bats, 0-1-2, and he waves at a fastball. Count, no balls and 2 strikes. Sun starting to set down the third base line. There's a very large flag over Depot Road and right, a flag in straightaway center here at Veterans. A blue wall across the outfield, throw back to first on an 0-2, back on his feet, no tag from the first baseman Ledford. And drapes of a half circle with the American flag print on it. 0-2, Schlieger fouls one back to the screen, and the count holds it, no balls and 2 strikes. Luke, who's hitting over 400 in his last 5 games, 5 RBIs in that stretch. He's done damage against this Chatham team this summer, 3 for 7. Bush at first, 0-2. Schliger swings and misses. Tries to chase a curve and strikes out. First out of the day via the K for Van Hampton. And 1 on with 1 out. Here's the switch hitter, Cole Carrick. Mentioned Hampton has had 7 or more strikeouts in 3 of his last 4 outings. One of the top strikeout guys on Cape. He's top 5. He stands working from the middle of the rubber. Closed off stance, set at the belt, looks towards the righty. Carrick, he swings, he deals. Carrick swings and taps one down the third baseline. Foul, no balls and 1 strike. With 1 out and 1 on, no score. In the 4th matchup of the summer between the Y-D Red Sox and the Chatham Anglers. Bush leads at first. Conservative lead for the speedster. 0-1, Carrick takes. A curveball that misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carrick out of Turlock, California. 7 for his last 21. Had a 5-game hitting streak come to an end yesterday. Still 5th on Cape in average. Decided to go with the Low Sox today after pulling them up yesterday. 1-1. Carrick takes a curveball low. Misses inside and at his shoot tops in the count. 2 balls and a strike. A leadoff infield single for Homer Bush Jr. He leads at first. Schliger struck out. No clouds in the sky. Shadows starting to cover the field here at Veterans. Throw back to first. Back on a head first slide is Homer Bush Jr. And with Marcus Brown and Rock Riggio out today for Chatham, Sam, you wonder if Mitchell Daley just didn't know about the speed of Homer Bush Jr. He's not used to playing second. 2-1, there he goes. Carrick swings and foul taps one back to the bricks. And Homer Bush Jr., who got a great jump, has to jog back to first. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Carrick with 1 out and 1 on. Top of the first, no score.
I think that's as good as an explanation as any, Carlo, that Daley just wasn't aware of how fast Homer Bush is.
Whole outfield in the shade except the right fielder Grays. Throw back to first. Back on his feet is Bush. We'll get you quickly the outfield. It's Caden Grace in right, Jake DeLeo in center, Chuck Ingram in left. Infield, Johnny Castagnazzi at third, Nunez at short, Mitchell Daley at second, Noah Ledford at first, Jake Rubinstein behind the plate. Another throw to first, this time a head-first dive in from Homer Bush Jr. Homer stands at 6'3", and with that shortened lead, he kind of just falls into first. It's not really a dive, it's more of a drop. He's running, they got him off the bag. First baseman Ledford throws to second, the shortstop Nunez applies the tag. Homer Bush Jr. caught off the bag, 2 away. Base paths cleaned up for Cole Carrick. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Haven't seen that much this summer, but Y-D caught off the bag. A poor base stealing mistake by a Red Sox team who leads the Cape in successful stolen bases. 2-2 to Carrick. Strike 3 called on the outside part of the plate. Slider catches the zone, and that finishes the first inning. 1 hit, a runner caught off the bag, and back-to-back strikeouts for Ben Hampton. We head to the bottom of the first. Here at Veterans, no score between Y-D and Chatham. T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile believes that when small towns thrive, America thrives. That's why they're investing billions to bring fast, reliable, and affordable wireless services beyond the big cities to small towns across America. There's never been a better time to join T-Mobile. Visit T-Mobile.com/across America to find out more. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz as we welcome you into the bottom of the first. Let's get you the lineup for the home team. It's the Chatham Anglers. Jake DeLeo leads things off out of Georgia Tech. Mitchell Daley bats second from Texas. And then it's back-to-back Tigers from Clemson, Cooper Ingle, and Caden Grice. In the fifth spot from Georgia Southern, Noah Ledford making his final debut as a Chatham Angler. This will be his last game before he heads to the draft. Johnny Castanazzi bats 6, 7, 8, 9. Chuck Ingram out of Wichita State. Jake Rubinstein out of Georgia Tech. And Anthony Nunez out of West Virginia bats 9th. They'll be facing Grant Taylor atop the mound for the Y-D Red Sox, taking on this Chatham team for the third time this summer. This is just the fourth game between these two teams. 3 and 3, 16 and a third innings of work for Taylor. He's got a 3.3 ERA. He takes on DeLeo to begin. A Chatham team trying to avoid a 3-game losing streak would be just their second of the summer. Meanwhile, Y-D's trying to win their third in a row. Right-handed batter, back in the batter's box. Open stance, looks towards the right-handed pitcher. First pitch is a curve that misses above the zone. 1 ball and no strikes. Red Sox got a hit in the top of the first, but Homer Bush Jr. was caught off the bag. Taylor, a long shadow in front of him, puts the glove in front of his face, and time is called by DeLeo. Jake DeLeo working with a 6-game hitting streak, hitting .363 over that stretch. Taylor's 1-0. He shows bunt, bunts one down the third base line, a good bunt. On the bare hand, scooped up by Lou. Throw to first is wide, and safe at first is Jake DeLeo. A leadoff knock for DeLeo. His 6-game hitting streak extended to 7. And here's Mitchell Daley, another right-handed batter with 1 on and nobody out. Go-ahead run aboard for Chatham in a scoreless bottom of the first.
Each team with an infield hit to start their first inning, and that was a perfect bunt. Zach Liu, who's frankly more of a second baseman type archetype player, just didn't have the arm to get that off. He made a nice barehanded attempt.
Picked it up cleanly, just couldn't get there cleanly. Opening offering to the righty Daley is a slider that misses away. Daley is starting to find his stride in the batter's box, a guy who had 2 hits in his last 7 games. He's got 3 in his last 3. 1-0. Fastball at the knees for a strike. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Defense for Y-D, it's Caden Connor at first, Cody Coleman at second, Hunter Haas at short, Zach Liu at third, Homer Bush Jr. in left, Cole Carrick in center, Brandon Montgomery in right. DeLeo leads at first. Taylor peeks over his left shoulder. Stares in, 1-1. Fastball foul tapped back to the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The fans continue to fill the hill in right center field and down the right field line. Plenty of fans bringing their lawn chairs today. There's a large flag that hangs over the top of Depot Road that's over that hill in right field. It's off a fire truck. Fire station out there in right center. Nobody out, runners going with a great jump. 1-2, fastball in there for strike 3. Throw on to second is in on a hop, cut off by Colden. So the runner moves up into scoring position. Grant Taylor gets the strikeout. And here's Cooper Ingle. Ingle, who's been one of the best hitters for this Chatham team. First lefty that Grant Taylor faces. And an opportunity for Chatham to get on the board first. No score, bottom 1. 1 out. And Jake DeLeo, after his stolen base, leads at second. For DeLeo, that's stolen base number 4 on the summer. Taylor looks, set at the belt, kicks and deals. Fastball low, gets underneath the glove of Schliger and trickles behind him. On to third goes Jake DeLeo, who hesitated at first, and then his dugout ensuring him to continue forward. And so a sacrificed fly now in play with 1 out and a runner 90 feet away. Taylor, a long stroll back atop that mound. Tries to gather himself as the infield comes in. Everybody's toes on the infield grass. Shadows are in the backside of the infield, but in between the pitcher and the hitter Engel in the sun. Taylor, a closed off stance. 1-0. Curve misses away. 2 balls and no strikes. Red Sox starting a home and home, and well, success has been hard to come by in home and home series. Taylor looks on. DeLeo at third, 2-0. Swinging a foul tap on the slider by Cooper Engel. Y-D is 0-5-1 in their 3 home and home series. That's 5 of their 10 losses. A single by DeLeo. He stole second. Went to third on the wild pitch. Mitchell Daley struck out. Engel at the plate with 1 away for Chatham. A team that blew a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 9th yesterday at Bourne, trying to bounce back. Taylor stares in. The 2-1. Slider misses low and in. 3 balls and 1 strike. A hitter's count here to Engel with Caden Grice on deck, the best power hitter in this lineup for the Chatham Anglers. Engel with a orange Evo shield on that right foot. A nod to his Clemson Tigers. He chokes up on the bat slightly. Bounces it off his left shoulder. Runner on third, 3-1. Fastball. Nicks the outside part of the plate. And the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Umpires today behind the plate, it's Mark Furtado. At first is Brandon Johnson. At third, Michael Farnham. Infield remains in. Outfield a couple steps in towards home. 3-2. Swinging a high pop-up on the infield. Taylor up top the mound, called off by the first baseman Connor. Zach Liu calls him off, goes all the way across the mound from third to the first base side, and the third baseman makes the catch for out number 2.
It's a big out for Grant Taylor with the runner on third and 1 out. Is going to be a strikeout or a pop-out, or with the infield in, a ground ball right at somebody is what you wanted there. That was perfect. Just get one up in the air, keep it on the infield. Make it easy for your infielders. That was really more Caden Connor's baseball than Lou's, but he called it and stayed with it.
So DeLeo remains at third. No score, bottom of the first. 2 outs. And here's the lefty, Caden Grice, trying to drive in an RBI. Opening offering, big curveball misses high. Count 1 ball and no strikes. Already a lot of dirt on the pants of Jake DeLeo over there at third from sliding into second and advancing to third on a wild pitch. Taylor stands stoically atop the mound, glove tucked underneath his left armpit. He comes set, belly button high, and time is called. Home plate umpire Mark Furtado comes out, lets everybody know there's time. Flag blowing gently out to right. That is the one in straightaway center. It's hard to miss the one in right center. It's about as big as a couple of buildings here in Chatham. 1-0. Fastball misses away. Snap back throw to third, and a good job by Lou, the third baseman, to leap up and snare it, keep it on the infield. Fastball missed away. It's 2 balls and no strikes to Caden Grice with 2 outs and a runner 90 feet away. Jake DeLeo trying to be the opening run for the Chatham Anglers, who have won all 6 of their games here at home. Good crowd on hand. Fans have filled the stands underneath us, standing behind them. 2-0. There's the curve that misses low and in. 3 balls and no strikes, and we'll see if they just walk Grice to get to Ledford. Caden Grice hitting .255. Over his last 5 games, he's got 6 hits, including a home run to straightaway center, the deepest part of Veterans Field. Noah Ledford is on deck in his final rendezvous in a Chatham uniform, hitting .179. Runner at third, DeLeo. 3-0. Fastball misses high, and it's a walk to Caden Grice, who jogs down to first Here's Noah Ledford, a 4-pitch walk by Taylor.
With all of Grice's power, once you fell behind him, if you didn't feel confident being able to work back an account, not mad at the walk there with the 2 open bases. Ledford, a guy who's been struggling of late, 3 for his last 20, but you also trade off a little bit of a power threat here as well. Ledford can also sock him.
Yeah, 3 for his last 20, but 2 of those hits have been home runs. Grice leads at first, DeLeo at third. 2 outs, no score, bottom 1. Taylor deals, a fastball, swing and a miss. Ledford trying to send one over the fence, comes up empty, no balls and 1 strike to him. Out of Budford, Georgia, his home runs came against Brewster and Orleans. Grice with a conservative lead at first, no stolen bases for him this summer. Taylor peeks over the left shoulder and deals an 0-1. And another fastball tapped back to the screen. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Noah Ledford. Inning started with a leadoff infield bunt single by DeLeo. He stole second. Mitchell Daley struck out on that stolen base. Went to third on a wild pitch. Then with a 3-2 count, Cooper Ingle popped up to third on the infield. Caden Grice walked on 4 pitches. He's at first. The 0-2 to the lefty. Swing and a miss. Chases a high fastball and ends the inning. Grant Taylor works out of trouble in the bottom of the first. 2 left on, 1 hit, and no runs come across. We head to the second here at Veterans Field. No score between Y-D and Chatham. Cape Cod Veterinary Specialist offers premier emergency and specialty care for your pet when it matters most. Located in Buzzards Bay and Dennis. Learn more at CapeCodVetSpecialist.com. That's CapeCodVetSpecialist.com. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz here in Chatham, Massachusetts at Veterans Field, where the Chatham Anglers are the team wearing red. It is a scoreless game in the top of the second between the Anglers and the Y-D Red Sox. Chatham wearing red because it's Red Shirt Friday, honoring troops and first responders. All home teams across the Cape wearing red. Due up against Binghamton, it's the middle of the lineup for Y-D. 4, 5, 6, Montgomery, Connor, and Hunter Haas. Righty Montgomery takes a first pitch slider on the inside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. First trip to Veterans Park for the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, 0-1. And he swings and curls one foul down the right field line. No balls and 2 strikes. Braden starting to find his bearings with Cape League pitching. Hits in each of his last 2 games. They've been loud ones. 0-2. Takes a fastball well above the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Flag blowing gently out in right center. Fans murmuring about behind home. And out by the snack shack in right. 1-2. Montgomery swings and misses. Chases a fastball and strikes out. And that's 3 straight strikeouts here for Binghamton.
And he's not throwing all that hard. He's just in the mid-80s with that fastball, but plays it off of a good curveball and a good slider. And, you know, as we've talked about on the broadcast before this summer, when you're a guy who throws a lot of off-speed pitches, makes that fastball play up in terms of velocity.
No score, top 2. 1 out, bases empty. Lefty Caden Connor admires a first pitch fastball on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike to Caden. Caden with 3 very hard hit balls yesterday, but All of them finding leather. The 0-1. And he looks at a slider on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. No clouds above Veterans Field. Cyan blue skies. The field pretty much covered in the shadows. 0-2 and a swing and a miss. Chasing the curve, Caden Connor strikes out. Make that 4 in a row. 3 of them swinging. More strikeouts for Ben Hampton. The most he's had in an outing this summer is 8. He's already halfway there. 2 outs into the top of the second. No score. Y-D's last trip to Chatham, it was a memorable one for this guy. Righty Hunter Haas swings at the first pitch and puts one on 1 hop into the dugout of Chatham. Count no balls and 1 strike. Hunter hit his first home run in over a year. Over the fence and left. Sits back in the batter's box, 0-1. Bounces in the dirt. Curveball can't find the glove. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Hunter wearing a blue sleeve on that right arm, bright red gloves. On his way to Texas A&M to meet up with his former hitting coach at Arizona State, Michael Early. 1-1. And he takes low and in on the fastball, 2 balls and a strike. Both teams with hits in the opening stanza, neither of them with runs. 2-1. Haas trickles one foul, another one towards that Chatham dugout. And the count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The sun just over the top of the tree line in left. The fans are in the sun. 2-2, fastball misses up and away. And a full count with 2 outs and the bases empty to Hunter Haas. The Stack Shack with a long line in right. Kids playing in the playground in right. 3-2. Haas hits one off his left foot. A foul ball as he skips down the first base line. Not wearing any padding on either of his legs. And down that third base line, Scott Pickler lets out some words of encouragement. Home plate umpire Mark Furtado wiping off the plate. A slither of sun in right field where Caden Grice stands. He's the only guy standing in the sun. The hill in right center field continues to fill with Chatham fans. 3-2. Haas swings, belts one down the left field line, going back to left fielder Ingram at the wall. It is caught. Ingram comes up with it, ranging to his left, and makes the catch. Hunter Haas hits one hard, but it ends up in the glove of Ingram and ends the top of the second. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the inning. No score between Y-D and Chatham. As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Mass State Lottery is celebrating the games we love, playing from the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help support all 351 cities and towns across the Commonwealth. So here's to 50 years of winning and 50 more. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz. And Sam, so far, Ben Hampton is dealing for the Chatham Anglers.
Yeah, lots more swings and misses than you might expect out of the kind of soft-tossing lefty that we believed we'd be facing today, but he's looked good. Grant Taylor dealt with a little bit of traffic in the first, but we're still scoreless, Carlo.
Scoreless game, bottom of the second coming your way. Grant Taylor faces 6, 7, 8 for Chatham, and it begins with a right-handed bat, Johnny Castanazzi. Blue socks pulled up just below the knees. Bat bounces off his right shoulder. First pitch. Changeup misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. About 5 more minutes till the sun disappears in left. Sunglasses are on, but I'm sure many people will shed them soon. 1-0. Curveball misses away. 2 balls and no strikes. Castagnazzi, a returning Chatham player, was here with the Anglers a season ago, hit .231. So far this summer, a .125 average. Taylor from the first base side of the rubber uses the glove to masquerade his face. 2-0. Fastball popped up down the right field line, going back to first baseman Caden Connor. Into foul territory, looking over his shoulder, tries to make a basket catch and can't snare the baseball. It's just a strike, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike to Johnny Castagnazzi.
And he was really the only one who got in the neighborhood of that baseball. Braden Montgomery was a little late getting to the spot, and Cody Coleman never really got there. Connor was the only one who's going to have a chance, have a prayer really at that baseball, and it was going to take a miraculous over-the-shoulder catch. You saw him kind of angle his body to try to get around it and make it an easier play for him, but I think in doing so he kind of lost the baseball, and that ball kind of landed off to his side.
Yeah, tried to almost stab it at the last moment with the glove. 2 balls and a strike to the North Carolina righty. Here it comes. Fastball at the knees for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to him. A blue helmet on the head of Castagnazzi. That contrasts his red jersey here on Redshirt Friday with the blue socks. A little mismatch here today for the Chatham Anglers. Camo on the back of the unis. 2-2. Fastball upstairs, swing and a miss, strike 3. A strikeout to begin the bottom of the second after 1 to end the first. In the third of the game for Grant Taylor, the first out in a scoreless bottom of the second between Y-D and Chatham.
Oh, Carlo, the Reds and the Whites and the Blues all together. Feels fairly patriotic, which I think is the point of Redshirt Fridays.
Right-handed bat of Chuck Ingram swings at a first pitch fastball, 91, and Grant Taylor throwing a lot of speed towards these Chatham hitters. It's about low 90s on the fastball, and then he'll drop it down to mid 70s on the change. Big change of speeds for the Washington State Cougar. 0-1. Swinging a ground ball off the mound, up the middle, backhanded by the second baseman Colden. Throw to first in time. Grant Taylor with a nod of the cap to his fellow Washington State Cougar, and Cody Coleman, who made a nice backhanded play up the middle for the second out of the bottom of the second.
Ball hit the mound and kind of slowed down in the air a little bit. Nice play there by Cody Coleman. First chance we got to see for him on defense, and he showed off a nice bit of arm there from a second base position.
Jack Rubinstein with an open stance, left foot bouncing off the dirt. First pitch to him. Right-handed batter looks at a fastball that bounces in. 1 ball and no strikes. Flag in center, blowing out to right. The massive flag that was over the top of Depot Road in right center field is gone. The fire department has tucked it away. It's kind of a bummer. I enjoyed the flag. 1-0. Taylor's fastball misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Both teams with a hit. They both came in the first. Grant Taylor looking for his first 1-2-3 inning after working around traffic in the bottom of the first. Facing a Georgia Tech catcher and Jack Rubinstein. 2-0. Another fastball that misses inside. 3 balls and no strikes. Rubinstein, who ended up at Georgia Tech after 4 years at Emory. He told his coaches, if Kevin Parada's not coming to Chatham, I want to go. Kevin Parada didn't come. Rubinstein got the call. 2 outs, bases empty, 3-0. Fastball low. Another 4-pitch walk with 2 outs as the second inning continues. Runner at first, a go-ahead. And here's Anthony Nunez, the shortstop from West Virginia, with the go-ahead run at first. Lights starting to turn on at Veterans. Plenty of fans standing just behind the grandstands down the right field line. Plenty playing on the swings in the playground in right. Friday night in Chatham, Massachusetts. Here's the switch hitting lefty Nunez. And he takes a fastball at the top of the zone for strike one. No balls and one strike. Red Sox are looking to win their third in a row for just the second time this summer. And against this Chatham team that's bottom in the Eastern Division, a win here, and Y-D creeps that much closer to clinching a playoff berth. 0-1. Big curve, big swing and a miss. No balls and two strikes. Rubinstein, the catcher at first, as you might expect. No stolen bases on the summer. Doesn't have base stealing speed. 1 on, 2 gone. Bottom 2, no score. Y-D and Chatham. Taylor sets at the belt. Exhales, peeks over left shoulder. 0-2. Fastball misses away. Schliger, the catcher, turns and looks at first. Thought about throwing one over there where Rubinstein leads. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Defense straight away for Y-D, playing up the middle. Taylor in his 3rd start against these Anglers. This is the 4th game of the summer against Chatham. 1-2, fastball gets over the head of Schliger and back to the brick backstop. On to second goes Jack Rubinstein, and now a runner in scoring position on the second wild pitch of the day for Grant Taylor with 2 outs. It's a 2-2 count. A Y-D team, Sam, that is one of the best in not throwing wild pitches. Second least amount of wild pitches thrown by the Red Sox. Meanwhile, Chatham holds the crown for the most wild pitches thrown on Cape Cod. Runner at second, 2 outs, 2-2. Fastball in the dirt, good block by Schliger using his Maryland chest protector to keep it in front of him. A full count with 2 outs to the 9-hole hitter Nunez, Jake DeLeo, who singled his last time up. The only hit for Chatham is on deck. Taylor, right arm, dangles next to his right pocket. He comes set. Leading at second is Rubinstein. Taylor, 3-2. Swinging a high pop-up down the left field line. Will it stay in foul territory? Lou, the third baseman, calls everybody off and makes the catch. Taylor works out of a jam again. Chatham leaves a runner in scoring position for the second time this inning. 1 walk, 1 left on, no runs come across. Third frame coming your way at Veterans Field. No score between Y-D and Chatham. Well, hello from Captain Parker's Pub over in West Yarmouth on Route 28. The entire crew from Captain Parker's wants to give a big salute to Cape Cod baseball, especially the young players that dedicated so much time to America's pastime, baseball. So join us for lunch or dinner or just a bowl of our world-famous clam chowder. Captain Parker's, easy to find, awfully hard to leave. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz as we welcome you back to Veterans Field. No score between the Y-D Red Sox and the Chatham Anglers, and the top of the third coming your way. Y-D looking to change that. Due up, it's the bottom of the lineup against Ben Hampton. Johnny Long, Zach Liu, and Cody Coleman will get his first at-bat as a Y-D Red Sox. Chatham in the red unis here at Red Shirt Friday, juxtaposing the blue fence at Veterans Field as the sky starts to turn a lighter blue. The sun disappearing behind the trees and left, and I can take my sunglasses off because we are in the shadows here at Veterans Field. Right in the bat of Long, stares in towards the lefty Hampton. He deals, and Johnny takes a fastball low. Ben Hampton out of West Virginia, a Mountaineer. 1-0. Long takes a fastball that misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. And kind of an interesting story on how he ended up at West Virginia. 2-0 from the lefty. Long takes a fastball high. 3 balls and no strikes. He had been pitching in a tournament over the weekend. in North Carolina, one of the scouting assistants for West Virginia. Here's a 3-0. Long rakes one down the third base line, foul. 3 balls and a strike. One of the scouting assistants said, "I'd love to see you throw. Do you have any time tomorrow night?" Ben said, "Unfortunately, I don't. I can throw in the morning, however." Here comes a 3-1. Ball 4, low. Johnny Long walks down to first. And Y-D has the go-ahead run aboard in a scoreless top of the third. Here's Zach Liu. So Ben Hampton and the West Virginia scout, Steve Sabins, set up a bullpen at 6:30 a.m. Ben had first period off in high school. First pitch to the righty. Liu takes a fastball that catches the inside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. And Ben woke up at 5:45 and went to go throw a bullpen. He gets in there. He throws his bullpen, shows his stuff, and goes to class. 0-1. Liu shows bunt, bunts it, foul. Back behind the plate. Rubinstein gobbles it up. Long halfway between first and second has to go back. No balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out. Top 3. As a bird flies overhead here at Veterans Field. An absolutely gorgeous Friday night with a packed crowd. No room to sit below us. People standing behind the seats waiting for somebody to move. Maybe go to the snack shack down the right field line or the bathroom. But Hampton's mentor, after that bullpen, Sam, gets a call and says, "That's the most incredible thing I've ever seen." 0-2. Swing and a miss. Big hack from Liu. He strikes out. That's the 5th of the game for Ben Hampton, and it's the first out in the top of the third. Steve Sabin said, for Hampton to pitch that well, that incredible of a bullpen at 6:45 in the morning, he'd never seen anything like it. Later, Ben would get an offer from West Virginia and ended up a starter this season in his sophomore year for the Mountaineers. Right into bat of Cody Coleman. Takes the first pitch strike on the outside part of the plate. A fastball in the mid-80s. No balls and 1 strike. Colden, who has Cape experience, but this is his first at-bat as a Y-D Red Sox. In a scoreless top of the third with 1 out and Long at first, trying to move him over. Throwback to first. Long back on his feet. Johnny has not stolen a base this summer. Cody Colden, who was working his internship in physical therapy in Mashpee when he got a call. "Hey, do you want to play some baseball?" And here he is. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Chases a curve in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. He has spent the first part of the season with the Falmouth Commodores, about 4 games with them. A guy who's majoring in kinesiology, wants to get into physical therapy. 1 out, 1 on, 0-2. Colden rolls 1 foul down the third base line. Fights off a low changeup and awaits another 0-2 pitch. Headed to Dallas Baptist is Cody from Long Beach State. This past year, or from Washington State, excuse me. 0-2. And he swings and lifts one into right field. The right fielder, Grice, on the jog forward, called off by the second baseman, Daley, who makes the catch in shallow right for out number 2. Leadoff walk to Long, holds at first. And here's the leadoff hitter, Homer Bush Jr. And Sam, this Y-D team, who doesn't hit for a whole lot of power, trying to get it done with 2 outs, which we've seen them do before.
And Homer Bush Jr. is a guy who's been swinging the bat well of late. Big guy, might be able to get into one.
Right-handed batter swings at the first pitch and misses it on the slider. No balls and 1 strike. Last time the Red Sox played this Chatham team at Red Wilson Field, 5 of their 6 runs came with 2 outs. Looking for the icebreaker in the top of the third of a scoreless game. 0-1. Bush taps one off the end of the bat. There's the change back to the brick backstop. Plenty of room behind home plate here at Veterans, but a brick backstop, not a chain link fence like most other fields. The lights are on. The sun is hidden behind the trees. And a beautiful night here at Veterans Field. 0-2. Bush takes strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Fastball catches the zone. That's strikeout number 6 through 3 innings for Ben Hampton. Bottom of the third coming your way at Veterans Field. Y-D and Chatham scoreless midway through 3. MP Sports Cards is proud to sponsor the kids' baseball clinics. If you're a sports card collector, be sure to stop by and check out the latest releases, graded cards, supplies, and more. A local favorite for hobby enthusiasts across Massachusetts, and of course, your Cape Cod Baseball League. Stop in our store and mention code Red Sox to get 1 free pack of 2022 Topps Baseball Update with any purchase, and some exclusions apply. Visit us at 71 Main Street in Carver, Massachusetts, or online at mpsportscards.com. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz on a cloudless Friday night here in Chatham, Massachusetts. Thanks so much for spending it with us here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Above Veterans Field, Grant Taylor looks to keep this game scoreless for the Y-D Red Sox in their second visit of 3 of the summer to Veterans Field. Facing off against Jake DeLeo, the right-handed batter. So bottom of the third. And the top of the lineup due up. DeLeo, Daley, and Engel. In at third is Lou, the third baseman with his toes on the grass. DeLeo put a bunt down the third base line to get aboard. He's the lone hit of the day. Opening offering to him. Fastball for a strike on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. And Sam, for Taylor, it's been a lot of fastballs here early.
Yeah, Grant's a guy that likes to go to his fastball when he's behind in the count. And when guys are on base, he's dealt with some traffic to the first couple of frames. And fastball's been 89, 91, about where it usually is.
0-1. There's the slider, and it catches the outside part of the zone. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody out and nobody on. Still no score. 2 teams that played a game that had 12 combined runs last time out at Red Wilson Field. 4 lead changes in that one. It's been quite the opposite through the first couple of frames today. 0-2, fastball, swing and a miss. DeLeo down via the strikeout. That's the 4th of the night for Grant Taylor. And here's Mitchell Daley, the 2-hole hitter, with the bases empty and 1 away. Scoreless bottom of the third. The sky starting to turn a light yellow as the sun sets. Here at Veterans, first pitch to the right-handed batter. He takes a curveball above the zone, 1 ball and no strikes. Blue helmet and that red shirt Friday uniform for Daley, who was struck out swinging his first at bat. Open stance, his feet pretty close together in the back of the batter's box. 1-0, and he swings and rips one into center field. Cole Carrick, the center fielder, takes 3 paces in, makes the catch letters high. There's 2 away. And here's Cooper Engel, a left-handed batter. 2 outs, nobody on. No score between Chatham and Y-D. Red Sox are looking for their first win in a home-and-home series. This is the first leg of it tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Sam Lebowitz will have you for the first pitch. Shift is on for the lefty, over to the right. Second baseman Colden in the hole, both his feet in the outfield grass. First pitch. Fastball catches the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike to Engel. Engel worked a full count back in the first. Popped up to the third baseman, Lou. Quietly rocks back and forth in the batter's box. Here's the 0-1. Changeup misses off the outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Grant Taylor facing the Anglers for the 3rd time in his 5 starts as a plane flies overhead at Veterans Field. We're near the Chatham Municipal Airport. 1-1. Fastball. Catches on the inside part of the plate. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Taylor looking for a 1-2-3 frame would be the first of the night for him as the third baseman Lou and the shortstop Haas switch spots. Haas now the lone defender on the left side. Taylor comes set, peeks over the top of his black glove from the first base side of the rubber. 1-2. Fastball just tapped back to the screen. Engel stays alive. And the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cooper Engel, who grew up traveling the world. His dad in the military, spent time in Korea and Italy. I guess he wasn't traveling. He was just moving. 2 out, bases empty, 1-2. Fastball misses well inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chatham looking to avoid a 3rd straight loss in a game yesterday that was very controversial. The Anglers giving up 6 runs in the bottom of the 9th, falling 6-2. 2-2 from Taylor. Tapped, left side of the infield, ranging to his left, scooping it up is Hunter Haas. Throw to first, a little wide, not in time. Infield single for Cooper Engel as he gets one off the end of the bat away from the shift. And the go-ahead run aboard with 2 outs. Grant Taylor can't seem to get that 3 up, 3 down inning. 2nd straight time the 3rd runner of the frame has reached with 2 away. Here's the cleanup lefty, Caden Grice. And a nice play by Hunter Haas, Sam, but just too much speed off of Engel. It's kind of what he does. He
gets to everything. Hunter Haas gets to everything. It feels like his first step is always perfect towards the baseball. The one area that maybe defensively he falls a little short in is the arm, but he gets to everything. He's a vacuum cleaner.
Lefty Caden Grice looks at a first pitch. Misses off the outside part of the plate, 90 miles an hour on the fastball. Bottom 3, no score. Infield single from Engel is the 2nd infield hit against Grant Taylor, the only 2 hits he has allowed. He looks over his left shoulder at first, throws back to first, and back on his feet is Cooper Engel. 1 stolen base this summer for Engel. He was a hero in Chatham's last win in a home-and-home series against Orleans on July 9th. Hit a single into right. 1-0. Curveball at the knees. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was the last time Ben Hampton pitched. Hampton pitching today for Chatham. Grice, a white sleeve on that left arm, blue gloves and a blue hat. Takes a practice swing, digs in, taps the plate a couple times. Adjusts his right sleeve and bounces the bat off the left shoulder. Engel leads at first. Taylor's 1-1. Looper left side, charging it on the ground. Zach Lou scoops it up. The third baseman fires to first in time for the out. And that's how the bottom of the 3rd inning ends. 1 hit, 1 left on, no runs come across. 4-5-6 coming your way. Sam Lebowitz will have the call here at Veterans Field. No score between Y-D and Chatham.
Hey, Sox fans, have you ever thought about buying or selling a home? Emily Szymanski of the Salty Dog Group is your pet-friendly neighborhood realtor. As part of the team at Keller Williams Realty of the Cape Cod and the Islands, Emily is your go-to resource for home buying and selling. Call Emily Szymanski at 508-221-0196 or visit thesaltydoggroup.kw.com. That's thesaltydoggroup.kw.com. On a gorgeous Friday night from Chatham, Massachusetts, Anglers and Red Sox entering the top of the fourth inning. Bit of a meandering start for these two teams. First pitch to Luke Schliger, a curveball in for a called strike from Ben Hampton. 0-1 on Schliger. Just 3 hits combined, all 3 infield singles. 0-1 to Schliger is poked over third. That ball's going to sit down, just foul along the left field line. About 3 feet foul. Michael Farnan, the third base umpire, throwing his hands in the air. And a quick 0-2 count to Luke Schliger, who struck out his first time, one of 6 strikeouts through the first 3 frames for the soft-tossing left-hander out of West Virginia, Ben Hampton. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez. We appreciate you spending your Friday evenings with us, whether you're here enjoying the gorgeous weather on Cape or wherever you may be. 0-2 is slapped towards third, softly hit. The third baseman Castagnazzi's throw across is in time. 1 away. Brings up Cole Carrick, the center fielder. Cole took a called third strike his first time. Red Sox have had just 1 base runner, or rather 2 base runners. They had a single and a walk. That single came leading off the game. An infield single by Homer Bush. He was picked off. And then Johnny Long led off the second with a walk. First one to Carrick. He squares a bunt, drops it down softly, foul down the third baseline towards the Chatham dugout. Cole Carrick has been swinging a hot bat as of late. 7 out of his last 21. That's a .333 average. Pretty simple mental math there.
You did a good job, though.
Thank you. I try to make this as accessible a broadcast for the fans as I can with the numbers.
Numbers are hard, I'll be honest.
0-1 to Carrick. Fastball called strike over the outside corner. 87, that's the hardest fastball that we've seen from Hampton, who's been mostly 84 to 86 with the heater, working from the first base side of the rubber. And the 0-2, swing and a miss. Looked like the little slider running in towards Carrick's back foot. He's down swinging. Second strikeout for Carrick, and the 7th K of this game already for Ben Hampton. That's 1 away from a season high.
Yeah, Hampton has been locked in, and nobody has looked like they have a read on him.
First pitch to Montgomery, a swing and a miss, a fastball.
He only sits at 44 pitches, too. This next one will be number 45, a guy who's been one of the best on Cape.
0-1, swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch, the curveball in the dirt. Montgomery goes chasing. Braden struck out leading off the second. Lots of Ks. Now about a turn and almost a half through the lineup. 0-2. Missed, just missed. Off the inside corner, maybe a hair low. As the red jersey-clad Anglers were stepping off the field before they have to get back on. 1-2. Low, a changeup. Coming into this outing, Ben Hampton was 5th on Cape Cod with strikeouts. That was with 28. He's already up to 7 in this outing. 2-2. Swing and a miss, make it 8. Fastball, Montgomery down, swinging again. Second time he's struck out. 3 up, 3 down, pair of Ks for Ben Hampton. In the top half of the 4th, he matches his season high in strikeouts with 8. We head to the bottom of the 4th in a scoreless game here at Veterans Field. Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops and first responders who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedom. In support of this program, the Y-D Red Sox and all Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey for every Friday home game. The Anglers are wearing theirs tonight here at Veterans Field. This special weekly celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by Zephyr Hats, the Massachusetts State Lottery, and OT Sports. Support our troops and first responders and join all Cape League teams by wearing red each Friday. Bottom half of the fourth here at Veterans Field in beautiful Chatham, Massachusetts. Sam Lebowitz and Carlo Jimenez taking you through this one. Scoreless game between the Red Sox and Anglers. It'll be Noah Ledford, Johnny Castagnazzi, and Chuck Ingram to face Grant Taylor here in the home half of this fourth inning. Switch hitter batting left. The infield shifts well right against Ledford. A strikeout victim his first time, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down and in, goes back to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes. The at-bats are running out for Noah Ledford. This will be his final game as a Chatham Angler. With the MLB draft starting Sunday, Ledford among those hopeful to hear their names called. 1-0 is a fastball over the outside corner, a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And one name that Red Sox fans might recognize, Prospects Live final rankings came out today, Sam. 1-1, Brooks Lee.
Lee, of course, an outstanding Red Sox last summer. 1-1 to Ledford is put up in the air to center. Off the end of the bat, maybe got in on the hands a little bit. Cole Carrick in center, barely has to move. He makes the catch, 1 away.
The last 4 picks in the draft have been Cape League players.
The last 4 first overall
First
picks.
overall picks. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. You end my sentences.
You and I, we finish each other's sentences here
There you go.
on the broadcast. We're simpatico, Carlo. I know where you were going with that one. Of course, some current Red Sox might get their names called between the 3 days of the draft at 20 rounds. Here's Johnny Castagnazzi, right-hand hitter. First pitch. This is inside. Looked like the changeup. Strikeout victim his first time. Castagnazzi has had an issue with the strikeouts. He struck out in over half of his at-bats. Now 19 in 33 at-bats. Right-hand hitter out of UNC. Facing a 1-0 here. On its way. Popped up. This is going to stay on the infield. Who's going to call? It's Hunter Haas, who's got the ball. He makes the catch. 2 away. And going back to the draft, Chase Mydroth left the Red Sox today. Played in his last game for Y-D yesterday. Mydroth could be a day 2 pick, and probably more likely a day 3 pick, somewhere in the early 10s. There's 20 rounds this year, which is cut down from the standard 40 rounds. First one to Chuck Ingram is a breaking ball strike, called 0-1. Of course, last year there were just 10 rounds. The year prior to that, just 5, thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic. But we're inching our way back to normalcy in the MLB draft. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another breaking ball, this time the curve. And the count quickly, 0-2 on Chuck Ingram. Ingram grounded to second his first time. Another potential draftee out of the Red Sox is Connor Thurman, the reliever out of USD. It's his birthday today, 0-2. In there for a called strike 3. First 1-2-3 frame for Grant Taylor. He finishes it off with his 5th strikeout as we wish Connor Thurman and Red Sox left-hander Connor Markle a happy birthday. More on that later. We head off to the 5th in a scoreless game at Veterans Field. Y-D and Chatham still with 0s on the scoreboard. Giardino's Family Restaurant, a proud sponsor of Y-D Red Sox baseball, a Cape Cod tradition. Same family, same location for 52 years. Giardino's is part of the community, giving back to many and various organizations, and as part of that recognition, a Yarmouth Little League field is named in memory of their dad, who founded the business in 1970. Giardino's is a family-oriented operation serving a wide-range menu, sure to please everyone. Give them a try, and you will come back. Visit them at 242 Main Street on Route 28 in West Yarmouth, or visit Giardino'sFamilyRestaurant.com. We go to the fifth. We're flying by here at Veterans Field in Chatham. Red Sox coming to bat in a scoreless game. Only 3 hits on the board combined between the two teams. All 3 infield singles. The Red Sox have just one. Caden Connor swings at the first pitch from Ben Hampton, rolls it up the middle. Second baseman Mitch Daley fires to first in time. Gets Caden Connor by a couple of steps as we continue to move right along here on a beautiful Friday evening.
I know this game's moving fast, but we really shouldn't be too surprised. If you look at the statistics, these two teams, the two worst hitting for average teams in the month of July, and it's been pretty on brand today.
And Hunter Haas has perhaps the hardest hit baseball for either side today. He lined out to the wall in left. First pitch coming to him from the left-hander out of West Virginia. Fastball misses down and in for ball 1. Took a nice ranging over-the-shoulder backhanded catch by Chuck Ingram to rob Haas of extra bases as a propeller plane flies ahead. 1-0 is rolled to short, and it gobbles up on Anthony Nunez. He's got no play. It rolled up his arm. He bobbled. Had no shot at throwing out Hunter Haas. It'll be a E6 all the way, you'd imagine. Nothing on the scoreboard as of yet, but I feel pretty safe in marking it as such on my scorecard. In any event, it'll be a 1-out base runner for the Red Sox with Hunter Haas. And his ability to steal bases on at first. Johnny Long walked his first time. He stands in. It is an E on the shortstop. First pitch to Long is cranked out towards right center field. Hit pretty well. DeLeo going back. Over his head. Watch it fly. Johnny Long with a long ball. The first Y-D Red Sox homer in almost 2 weeks. Long's got both of them. That came on July the 2nd. He went to right center there, and this one was no cheapie. He found the top of the berm in right center. 2-0 Red Sox.
The first hit that leaves the infield leaves the yard for the Y-D Red Sox, and something they've been searching for all of July finally comes here at Veterans.
2-0. Here's Zach Liu. First pitch to him, a fastball that misses away. Johnny Long's now team-leading 3rd home run. And the Red Sox now leading 2-0 here in the top of the 5th. 1-0, fastball, outside corner strike. And the count even on the Cal State Fullerton Titan. Carlo, that wall was absolutely smoked off the bat of Long. 1-1, misses high. Check swing by Liu, didn't go.
Yeah, you're going straight away center to Chatham. If we're at Red Wilson, that ball is in somebody's backyard.
We'll try to get you the specs on the home run as soon as we can. 2-1 is chopped slowly left side, fielded off the mound nicely by Hampton. His throw to first in time. Athletic play there by Ben Hampton. Getting off the mound to the third base side, throwing out Liu for the second out. Brings up Cody Coleman. Coleman making his Red Sox debut. 0 for 1 so far today. Ground out in his first time through. Colden's got an interesting story. Carlo talked about it first time he came up. A Falmouth Commodore last summer. First pitch to him, right-hand hitter, is chopped slowly foul up the third base side. Joined the Commodores again this summer, at the beginning of the summer. Only appeared in 3 games, went 2 for 5 for them, and rather unceremoniously, they said, see ya, bye-bye. They cut him. But he stayed on Cape Cod. 0-1, swing and a miss. He stayed on Cape Cod in Mashpee doing a kinesiology physical therapy internship. 0-2. Misses in the dirt. By the way, the home run by Johnny Long, 101 miles an hour off the bat. It traveled 415 feet away to right center field. Not bad. 1-2. is a broken bat. One hopper towards the third baseman. Castagnazzi. His throw across is in time. Anyways, Cody Coleman with his internship, the Red Sox down position players, got Coleman on the phone, said, hey, you're still on Cape Cod, want to play some baseball? And he said, sure, making his Red Sox debut. We head to break in the middle of the fifth. Halfway home here at Chatham, a two-run Johnny Long homer starts the scoring. We'll be right back on the Red Sox Radio Network.
Leading off for the Anglers, the catcher from Georgia Tech, number 35, Jack Rubinstein.
Halfway home here at Veterans Field, the Red Sox lead the Chatham Anglers 2-0 after Johnny Long's long two-run homer in the top half of this fifth. Grant Taylor works with a lead for the first time today, gets 8, 9, and 1 in the Anglers lineup. That's Jack Rubinstein, Anthony Nunez, and Jake DeLeo, righty on right here. Big, tall, open stance for Rubinstein. First pitch slider in for a called strike, 0-1. This is Mark Furtado, the home plate umpire. Sam Lebowitz, Carlo Jimenez. Appreciate you joining us on this gorgeous Friday night from Chatham. The Anglers not in their standard white pinstriped unis with the blue accents. So the 0-1 heads home to Rubinstein, a swing and a miss, pitch in the dirt. Got him out in front of a curveball. Instead, they're in their red shirt Friday uniforms, as it is a Friday night, and they are the home team. The nice red coloring with the Cape Cod and script across the front, both the lettering and numbering in camo in honor of troops and veterans. 0-2 to Rubinstein. Fastball high at 90. The count 1-2 on him. Took a walk his first time through. Red Sox are in their similarly patriotic alternates, white with socks up on the upper left chest, number on the bottom right, and the American flag design underneath the armpits. 1-2 is ripped out towards left center field. Bush tracking this one to the gap, and forget it. Jack Rubinstein gets one back for the Anglers. All of a sudden, it's a home run derby here at Veterans Field. The Red Sox hit one in the top half. The Anglers start out their fifth with a solo shot off the Georgia Tech catcher bat, and it's 2-1. Rubinstein's got his first home run of the year, RBI number 3. Shutout broken up here in the fifth. Red Sox lead cut in half. It's 2-1, brings up Anthony Nunez. And we're used to saying things about Georgia Tech catchers hitting home runs. It's usually Kevin Parada, not Jack Rubinstein. But that, really not much of a doubt after it left the bat. First one to Nunez, switch hitter batting left. Slider over the inside corner. Two of the weakest offensive teams in the month of July squaring off in this one. We were quiet as a mouse through the first 4, but each team with homers here in the fifth, and all of a sudden runs on the board. 0-1 to Nunez. Fastball misses away. Anthony Nunez is as interesting as it gets for Cape Cod baseball players because he has something that Cape Codders are trying to get, and that's experience in professional baseball. 1-1-2 is swing and a miss, a fastball. Nunez spent 2 seasons in the minor leagues with the San Diego Padres after he was a 29th round pick in 2019 out of high school. Hit .217 over those 2 years with 2 total home runs and 27 driven in, but took advantage of the rules. So 1-2 heads home and misses high to use up college eligibility. He didn't lose his college eligibility because he was drafted without aid of a agent or advisor, and he was paid as a pro ball player below league minimum, which means he didn't lose eligibility. Those 2 rules are the reasons why players lose eligibility when they're drafted. 2-2, fastball misses just beneath the knees. And the count goes full on Nunez. So he goes off to the University of Tampa. That's a Division II school. And the Anglers pick him up, playing in his 10th game with Chatham. 3-2 to him. Misses up and away for ball 4. A fastball goes to the backstop. Nunez takes a walk here with no outs still after the home run. Swings the top of the Chatham lineup back around. And Jake DeLeo will try to continue things heading in the right direction for Chatham after they fell behind 2-0 in the top half of this inning on a Johnny Long home run. Rubinstein's homer cut into that lead. And Nunez, the former San Diego Padre minor leaguer, follows it up with a walk.
That home run for Rubinstein, Sam, he didn't have one this last spring at Georgia. That was his first home run since March 13th of 2021 when he was at Emory. His first game of the spring.
Jake DeLeo, right-hand hitter, first pitch, changeup, swung on and missed for strike 1. Well, just as we saw Hunter Haas break a year-plus long home run drought at this ballpark last time the Red Sox were here, Jack Rubinstein doing the same. Check on Nunez at first. Zach Veen is up throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. The left-hander for the Red Sox has been great, had a great outing his last time up. He's getting warm in relief of Grant Taylor, who's struggled a bit to start this 5th inning. Homer and a walk. Another check on Nunez. Closer play this time, but safe. DeLeo today led off the game for the Anglers with a bunt single. He's also struck out. Another Georgia Tech product who himself is looking for a way into pro ball in just a few days. He's draft eligible. 0-1. This is down and away, a slider. Returning Angler who spent 35 games here with Chatham last year at .234. Raced his average this summer, a .284 hitter coming in to today's game. He homered yesterday. That was his 4th. DeLeo primarily has hit out of this leadoff spot, and he's been outstanding for Tom Holliday when he's been there. Red Sox have kept him fairly quiet this season, though. 1-1, swing and a miss, high fastball, throw back to first, not in time. Schliger trying to pick Nunez off first. A 1-2 count after that swinging strike from DeLeo. DeLeo was the top overall prospect coming out of the state of Connecticut out of high school. He was the 8th ranked outfielder in the country out of prep ball. 1-2. Time called late as Taylor delivered a pitch home that will not count. Count remains 1-2 on DeLeo. Mark Furtado was late to announce that timeout and made sure he got away from home plate to ensure that everyone else besides Grant Taylor knew that it would be no pitch. Couldn't tell you for a fact whether it would have been a ball or a strike. Looked fairly close to the outside edge. 1-2. Misses away. After we flew through the first 4.5 innings, slowed down a tad here in the bottom of the 5th. Now 20 after 8 on your clock. The sun has set beneath the tree line down the left field line. Long hold and a 2-2. Upstairs. Benton back a bit. And the count runs full on Jake DeLeo as Veen continues to work in the Red Sox bullpen down the right field line.
Taylor's last couple of outings, 3 in the third against Harwich, 4 in the last time here at Chatham. Pitch count up to 65. This will be number 66.
Nunez at first, no outs. 3-2. Taken on the outside corner, strike 3 called. He got him with a fastball. Taylor picks up his 6th strikeout. That's the first out here in this 5th. The big first out following the homer and the walk. Brings up Mitch Daley.
And one other thing to note, Grant Taylor now facing his 20th batter of the game. He hasn't faced more than 20 in a single outing this summer.
He's into the 3rd time through the Chatham lineup. Strikeout, fly ball for Daley. Right-hand hitter out of Texas. First pitch to him is swung on and missed a good slider. Taylor has shown some of those beautiful breaking balls. Fastball command has been a little all over the place for Grant in this outing, but he's shown some outstanding off-speed offerings. He features a 4-pitch mix, curveball, slider, and a changeup, in addition to a fastball that sits around 90-91. 0-1. Taken away, slider. This one off the plate. And a count even on Daley. Daley's bat has started to perk up a bit. Has hits in his last 3. 3 for 9 in that span. Average up to 250 coming into this game. 1-1. Taking a slider on the outside corner. Called strike 2 to Daley.
We've seen guys capped around 75, 80 pitches, so you imagine this might be the final frame for Grant Taylor, but if you're Scott Pickler, you'd love to bring Veen into a fresh inning in the 6th. Grant has been solid today.
Taylor's 70th pitch will head home. A 1-2 runner goes, taken high, throw down by Schliger, on the mark, not even close. They got him. Colden applies the tag, and Anthony Nunez, a dead duck at second base on a caught stealing. Count 2-2 on Daley, and that ball got to second base about 3 seconds before Nunez even got into his slide, it felt like. As unclose as a stolen base attempt as you'll see. 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3 on a slider, and that does it here in the home half of the 5th. The caught stealing goes a long way to getting Grant Taylor through this 5th. A leadoff homer by Jack Rubinstein cuts the Y-D lead in half. Onto the 6th we go. It's 2-1. Y-D on the Red Sox Radio Network. Hey fans, Debenheim is the official web development company of the Y-D Red Sox. They designed and developed our website to help us bring more fans to the game and more visitors to our website. Debenheim helps organizations generate more leads to maximize their marketing budget. Check out debenheim.com or learn more about Debenheim on Facebook. Excuse me. We go to the 6th here at Veterans Field. Strike one to Homer Bush against Ben Hampton. Red Sox leading 2-1. The 0-1 misses high. That's DEVADIGM.com, Debenheim.com. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez, a 1-1 count on Bush. He squares to bunt and drops it down up the first baseline. This one's going to curl just foul. Only count 1 and 2 on Homer. He's already got one infield single in this game. Red Sox leading 2-1 as we enter the 6th frame at Veterans Field on this beautiful Friday evening. A Johnny Long 2-run homer in the top of the 5th, but Y-D ahead. A solo homer by Jack Rubinstein cut into that lead, leading off the bottom of the 5th. Bush will be followed by Luke Schliger and Cole Carrick. 1-2 is up the middle, a base hit on a ground ball for Homer Bush. It heads into center field. Homer's got another 2-hit day. That's his 3rd straight multi-hit game. Leadoff man aboard for the Red Sox. First time this season that Homer Bush has had 2 hits or more in 3 straight games.
And you can see it in batting practice. He is putting good contact on baseballs before each and every game and finally paying off for him. He's got 5 hits in the last 3.
Brings up Luke Schliger, 0 for 2, a strikeout, a ground out. First pitch to him, left on left. He squares to bunt and bunts through it for strike 1.
And before that, this stretch of 5 hits in 3 games, Sam, he had just 6 hits in the previous 18.
Really, ever since the Red Sox visited Fenway earlier this week, he's been swinging a much better bat. Before an 0-1 to check on him over at first. He put on really a display of power at Fenway, which we hadn't seen out of Homer Bush.
Well, if I put the ball over the green monster, I'd feel pretty good about my swing as well.
Maybe it could be a confidence thing. Maybe he just found something in his swing. 0-1. Take it inside. 1-1 to Schliger. Bush started the Red Sox batting practice round at Fenway Park. He was the first Y-D player to take swings in the batting practice turtle before a 1-1 a check on Homer. And the first swing he took, he homered. Really set the tone for that batting practice session, not just for the team, but for Homer in particular. 1-1 is fouled straight back.
And as his teammates like to say every time he hits the ball hard, Homer.
A homer. Something we're still waiting on getting a call in a game. He's at first, nobody out. 1-2 before another check on Bush at first. The threat to run, of course, the fastest Red Sox has 6 stolen bases.
If you had told me before the game Homer Bush would have 2 of the 3 hits in the 6th, probably don't think the Y-D Red Sox are leading right now.
1-2 is chopped up the first baseline foul. I also think that if you had told me that the 3rd hit was a homer, I don't know if I would have believed you then too, Carlo, because the Red Sox hadn't hit a home run since July the 2nd.
We'll believe it, Sam.
Well, it's July the 15th, and they lead on a 2-run Johnny Long long ball. 1-2. Line towards short, a base hit through the hole into left field. Schlieger's got a knock. Back-to-back singles for the Red Sox as he poked one right between 3rd and short on a soft line drive. And a chance to extend their lead with Cole Carrick coming up. Bush on 2nd, Schliger on at 1st.
Nobody up and throwing in that Chatham bullpen, but Ben Hampton starting to show some signs that he is human after giving up just 2 hits through his first 5 frames and striking out 8. Back-to-back hits by the Red Sox, and Carrick has a chance to ignite a rally.
Schliger continues to swing a hot bat. He also had a pair of hits last night. Cole Carrick struck out twice. First pitch to him is tapped foul right back to the home plate backstop. Count 0-1 on Cole. Cole has swung a better bat from the right side so far this summer. Hitting .385 as a righty, .273 as a lefty. Still plenty respectable. A lot of his power output has come from the right side. 0-1. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup.
And
down 0-2.
A lot of his swings today, you see part of his helmet is coming off. You can tell he's putting a lot into it.
hard to stay back when you're facing a guy like Ben Hampton, who really only tops out around 86 miles an hour with his fastball. That last pitch was at 80. It was an off-speed pitch. 0-2. Chopped foul towards the Red Sox dugout. Carrick stays in the at-bat, takes his helmet off, flips his hair back, puts it right back on. Carrick's lone home run this season came as a right-handed batter. That was back on opening day. He's also got a long double at Y-D that he hit from the right side of the plate earlier this summer. 2 on, no out. Red Sox lead 2-1 here in the 6th. 0-2, chopped at the plate off his foot, another foul.
I don't think he's taken a pitch this at-bat. Swung it all 4 he's seen.
He's looking to hit. Cole has been walking more as of late. Didn't walk yesterday, but the day before against Bourne, he took a pair, up to 9 walks on the summer season. That's still a way down on the team list because you have guys like Chase Mydroth, Luke Schliger, and Mike Bovey who have all taken lots and lots of walks. Time called before an 0-2. Mydroth, of course, has left the team. Back on a flight to California today. He led the team in walks at the time of his departure.
Really good speed on the base paths here.
Before an 0-2, a check on second towards Bush. Bush, as fast as they come in the sport of baseball, frankly. He's at second. Luke Schliger, for a catcher, runs exceedingly well at first. Something in the gap could probably score a pair. 0-2. And it hits Carrick's foot. Came in and grabbed the outside of that front foot for Cole Carrick. That looked painful. He's down into a heap, but immediately gets back onto his feet and heads to first base, and the bases are loaded with nobody out.
And now action in that Chatham bullpen. Somebody is up and throwing. Hampton was fantastic, Sam, through the first 4 innings. He'd struck out 8 and only given up 1 hit, had faced the minimum in all 4 frames. Right now starting to fall apart. You wonder if that left arm is getting tired. A guy who has thrown the most innings on Cape this summer.
He's both overtaken Eric Yost for innings pitched totals on Cape Cod. He's also overtaken the league lead in strikeouts. He'll get a visit, looks like, from his pitching coach before he faces Braden Montgomery with the bases loaded and nobody out. Red Sox lead this game 2-1. We're playing in the 6th. Braden Montgomery has struck out twice in this game. He'll gear up to hit with the bases loaded.
And you feel like if you're this Y-D team, you're taking on a Chatham ball club that is really looking for a bounce-back win today after a tough loss at Bourne yesterday, giving up 6 in the bottom of the 9th. They're hungry. And so if you're Y-D, sometimes when teams are amped up to play, if you can step on their throats early, they'll lay down early.
Well, the Red Sox will look to tally more. That 6-run 9th inning for Bourne yesterday included a grand slam. First pitch to Braden Montgomery is a curveball that drops in strike 1. Montgomery has taken at-bats with the bases loaded in his last 2 games. He had an RBI single yesterday. He drove in a run with the bases loaded on a fielder's choice groundout the day before. 0-1, misses down and in, count even on Montgomery. That was Mac Horvath for Bourne, who hit the walk-off grand slam. Chatham led that game 2-0 going to the 9th. Bit of a controversial start to the inning. A balk included among it. 1-1 is roped up the middle. That's a base hit. Bush scores. Schlieger gets the stop sign. Everyone moves up 90 on an RBI single by Braden Montgomery. 3-1 Red Sox. Bases remain loaded. Still nobody out.
The Y-D Red Sox as a team, Sam, hitting just 158 with the bases loaded. Braden Montgomery might be the answer to their problems. Another knock with 3 ducks on the pond and an opportunity for Caden Connor, who's hit the ball hard a lot as of late, to put one in a gap and score a couple of runs.
Connor's 0 for 2 today, a strikeout, a ground out, but hit the ball hard all 3 times he was up yesterday. Came up with nothing to show for it. Schliger at third, Carrick at second, Braden Montgomery at first. First pitch left on left is chopped towards third. Charge Castagnazzi on a short hop, comes home with it, gets one. No throw elsewhere. Connor reaches aboard at first. Schliger gunned down at home on the fielder's choice. And that's the first out here in the 6th.
And a tough unproductive out there for Caden Connor. Comes out swinging at the first pitch. Still good speed on the base paths, but if you're Hunter Haas, hit a home run last time, hit a ball really hard in his first at-bat. See if he can tally some more RBIs.
Haas reached on an error in his last at-bat. That was in front of the Johnny Long 2-run homer. In his previous at-bat, he lined out to the fence and straightaway left. You mentioned it, Carlo. Last time these two teams played here at Veterans Field, he homered. First one right on left is foul tipped at home plate by Haas.
And if you're Colt Carrick at third, you have to be ready. Chatham team that has thrown the most wild pitches all summer on Cape. He's got good speed. And if one gets by the catcher Rubinstein, there's a ton of room behind home plate.
It's a fairly large backstop. One thing that you do got to keep in mind is the brick backstop. It's only about 3 feet high, but if something can catch it flush, it can take a wicked bounce back towards the field of play. Bases loaded for the Red Sox. 1 run home already with 1 out. 0-1 to Haas. Misses high, a fastball. There's movement up in the bullpen for Chatham. Looks to be a right-hander. Zach Veen continues to work in the Red Sox bullpen adjacent it down the right field line. 1-1. Squares to bunt and pulls it back. We'll see what they called that. The scoreboard called that a strike. And they do check the bunt attempt and say he didn't swing it. It's 2-1. Home plate umpire Mark Furtado did not initially motion ball or strike after the bunt attempt. Pitch missed in the dirt. Haas did try to pull it back and did so successfully. It's 2-1. Here is the 2-1. Swing and a miss, a fastball. Count runs even now. The sun has set here at Veterans Field, well beyond the tree line down the left field line. Sky, a gradient blue across it. 2-2. Put up in the air to left, not all that deep. Ingram, the left fielder, in mid-left field, he makes the catch. Tagging from third, Carrick. The throw is up the line and cut off. It's a sacrifice fly for Hunter Haas. Red Sox extend their lead. It's 4-2. Didn't hit it that hard, but got it deep enough into the outfield that with Carrick's speed, there was never going to be a play on him. It's the second out here in the 6th. Brings up Johnny Long. Montgomery and Caden Connor staying anchored at second base and first. Long hit a long 2-run homer his last time, and he will not again face Ben Hampton. He'll get a new arm as Tom Holliday comes out of the dugout. It's a right-hander, not sure quite who it is at the moment, but we'll introduce you to him when we come back after a brief break. The Red Sox have tallied twice here in the top half of the 6th against Ben Hampton. Still 2 aboard. Johnny Long coming to bat against a new arm here in the 6th when we come back. No summer in Y-D Red Sox Nation would be complete without our youth baseball clinics, where boys and girls ages 5 and up can learn the game of baseball and the importance of sportsmanship. Kids get to master the fundamentals of the game and sharpen their skills in a fun baseball clinic taught by Coach Pickler and the future major leaguers on our roster. For more information, go to ydredsox.com/clinics. This year's youth baseball clinics are proudly sponsored by the Salty Dog Group of Keller Williams Realty, MP Sports Cards, Giardino's Family Restaurant, the Y-D Red Sox, and all kids, thank you. The new arm on the mound for Chatham is Ben Peterson, who the Red Sox have seen. Peterson making his third appearance. The first of those came against the Red Sox. The last time these two teams squared off here, that was June the 30th. Peterson threw 3 innings. He gave up 3 runs that were earned, 5 runs total. 2 on, 2 out. Johnny Long, right on right. Here's the first pitch, misses away. These two teams have faced before, or rather these two players have faced each other before. Long reached on an error in that game against Peterson. Peterson was the pitcher who gave up the Hunter Haas home run in that game. 1-0. Taken away, a slider. They count 2-2 on Johnny, who made some noises last time. He homered to deep right center to kick off the scoring in this game. That was in the 5th. Peterson out of Florida Southwestern State. 2-0. Swing and a miss. 94. Blew it right by him.
Remember last time the Y-D Red Sox were here, Peterson came in and things kind of fell apart for Chatham. Increased a 5-1 lead to 8-1.
2-1 along. A check swing tapper towards first. It's a fair ball fielded by Ledford. He goes to the bag in time to end the inning. Red Sox tally twice. RBI knock Braden Montgomery, sac fly Hunter Haas. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Here at Veterans Field, the Red Sox leading the Anglers 4-1 on the Red Sox Baseball Network. Fans, the Cape Cod Baseball League All-Star Game will be played on July 23rd at Spillane Field in Wareham. Tickets to see the top players in the league are only $5, and we have them on sale at Red Wilson Field during Red Sox home games. If you attend a game in person, you can purchase All-Star Game tickets at the 50/50 shed or the merchandise booth. Additionally, we're collecting donated tickets to send a group of veterans to the game, so please consider making a $5 donation as a small way of thanking them for their service. The Red Sox return home to play these Chatham Anglers tomorrow at Red Wilson Field, a 5 o'clock start. New arm for the Red Sox here as we start the bottom of the 6th. It's Zach Veen, the left-hander, out of Point Loma Nazarene College, the E2 program. Veen making his 7th appearance for the Red Sox, and the first 6 have gone pretty well for Zach. A 1.54 ERA. The 2 earned runs against his ledger were back-to-back homers that he allowed against Harwich back on July 8th, but he threw 2 perfect frames against Brewster in his last outing on the 12th, and he gets a couple of left-handers here in this bottom of the 6th inning. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez taking you home here on a beautiful Friday evening at Veterans Field as the sky has turned to navy blue, as the sun has set beyond the tree line. Some hints of orange out in the distance beyond the berm in center field, just above the tree line. Veen gets Cooper Ingle, Caden Grice, and Noah Ledford, 2 lefties and a switch hitter to face him. Ingle today has a single in his 2 trips. Veen a closed set, and the first pitch home is a fastball taken for a called strike at 88 miles an hour. No balls and a strike. The Red Sox leading 4-1 here as we play the bottom of the 6th. 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. Scored in very different ways. A quick strike, offensive 2-run home run for Johnny Long in the top of the 5th. The Red Sox playing small ball to push 2 across in the 6th. 0-1. This is upstairs a fastball, 89 miles an hour. Chatham got their lone run, leading off the bottom of the 5th on a Jack Rubinstein home run. Grant Taylor went the first 5. Struck out 7, allowed just 3 hits. And the 1 home run against his ledger, the lone run on the board for Chatham. Time called at home plate. Think we might get a birthday appearance for Connor Thurman, as he has started to warm in the Red Sox bullpen behind Zach Veen. 1-1 is fouled off towards the Chatham dugout. Thurman, of course, one of 2 birthdays the Red Sox are celebrating. Both Connors celebrating birthdays. Connor Markle, Connor Thurman.
Not Caden Connor.
Not Caden Connor. The first name Connors are the guys that are celebrating their birthdays in this game. Connor Thurman turning 23 today, hoping to get drafted this weekend. Bean steps off before he gets to sign. Connor Markle, with both his family in attendance and his host family in attendance, turns 20 today. 1-2 left on left. Line foul down the left field line over towards the Anglers bullpen. Gary Wilson, the team's super fan, the 81-year-old fan who is at every Red Sox game. If you've been to a Red Sox game this summer, chances are you've seen Gary. He brought a cake to the field today and brought it over to the bullpen before the game to give it to Thurman and Markle. One, 2. Foul back. Count continues. He said that Coach Pickler let him bring the cake because he assumed it would be a smaller cake, but it was a grocery store cake that he had inscribed with a Red Sox logo and red frosting, a little bit bigger than Pickler thought it was going to be, but even still, he said, as long as my starter tonight, Grant Taylor, doesn't get any of it, and as long as it's gone out of my sight soon, it's okay. And sure enough, they picked it apart before first pitch. 1-2, slider misses off the plate. Count 2-2 on left-hand hitting Cooper Ingle out of Clemson. Another Clemson Tiger in the on-deck circle with the left-handed hitting Caden Grice. Of course, Connor Markle's host mother, Mrs. Carter, also brought goodies. Said she brought cookies from a local bakery for after the game. 2-2. Line towards third and caught by Zach Liu above the shoe tops. A nice backhand snag on a liner from the left-hander Ingles bat the other way. Zach Liu puts away the first out here in the home half of the 6th, brings up Caden Grice.
Liu's played the hot corner pretty well today. We've seen him make a couple of fly pop-outs on the infield for catches. Throw across the diamond a couple times. He's been active.
Getting his first start for the Red Sox after appearing off the bench in his first 2 games. Here's Caden Grice, big left-handed slugger. 6'6" in the left-hand batter's box. First pitch from Veen is a slider over the outside corner for a called strike, says Mark Furtado. Infield shifts well right on Caden Grice. Caden Grice, one of the only Anglers who has not struck out in this game, which perhaps a positive sign for Grice because the strikeouts have been a serious issue for Caden so far this summer. 0-1. A half swing on a slider. It's a strike on the outside corner. Veen gets ahead 0-2. Coming into this game, he had 39 strikeouts in 89 innings, and that was after he shattered the recent Clemson strikeout record for a single season. He struck out 97 times this year for the Tigers, after no one in the past 2 decades had struck out more than 70 times. 0-2. Taken just away, another slider. Count 1-2 on Grice, who's been a 2A player. We've seen him pitch a couple times for the Anglers. In fact, he's pitched in each of the last 2 times that these teams have squared off. But he's playing first base today. Batting cleanup for the Anglers with all of his left-handed power. Count 1-2 on him. Here it comes. Taken. Fastball just missed off the outside. 2-2 count on Grice. Grice played for Team USA last year. And again, strikeout's an issue. He had 16 strikeouts in Team USA play. That was by far the most on that team. 2-2 is fouled off. Right back to the brick backstop behind home plate. Karam's back out behind the dirt circle around home, where the bat boy corrals it. Red Sox leading 4-1, home half of the sixth. The scoring has picked up in the middle innings tonight. Red Sox with 2 in the fifth, 2 in the sixth. Chatham got their run in the bottom of the fifth after we were scoreless through the first 4. Here's a 2-2 to Grice. Swing and a miss, he got him. Fastball running away. And Veen picks up his first strikeout. 2 out, nobody on. Here in the sixth for Chatham. After Taylor struck out 7, Veen grabs his first. Brings up Noah Ledford. Switch hitter bats right for the first time. Ledford out of Georgia Southern, playing first base today. Faces Veen for the first time. Veen sets above the belt. First pitch home is a fastball that grabs the outside corner. 0-1 to Noah Ledford, who will be leaving the Chatham Anglers after today in hopes and in preparation for the upcoming MLB draft this weekend. Starts Sunday, 3 days of drafting, 20 rounds. 0-1 is rolled sharply down the third baseline. Down to a knee to get it is Lou. His throw across in plenty of time. Nice play by Zach Lou. He made a couple in this frame in defense of Zach Veen. A 1-2-3 inning for the Red Sox left-hander. They keep a 4-1 lead heading to the back third in this one. 7th inning coming up, and Carlo Jimenez will take you home here on the Red Sox Baseball Network.
No summer in Y-D Red Sox Nation would be complete without our youth baseball clinics, where boys and girls ages 5 and up can learn the game of baseball and the importance of sportsmanship. But fans, the Cape Cod Baseball League All-Star Game. Hey fans, join the entire Y-D team for a meet and greet at Ryan Family Amusement on Route 28 from Monday, July 18th from 1 to 3. We welcome you back to Veterans Field. It's time for the 7th inning between the Chatham Anglers and the Y-D Red Sox, with the visitors up to bat. Y-D holding a 4-1 advantage. First pitch to the right-handed bat of Zach Lou is a fastball for a strike on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Lou 0 for 2 today, struck out swinging in the third, making his first start as a Y-D Red Sox. Open stance for him, 0-1. And he takes another fastball just above the kneecaps on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Sun is gone, lights are on. A dark blue navy sky. 0-2. Skips in the dirt. There's the curve and the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's go Anglers. Collapse out of the stands below us. Open stance for Lou. 1-2. And he swings at a curveball, loops it into left center field, going back to second baseman Daley. And with his heels on the outfield grass, makes the catch for 1 away. Lou retired for the 3rd time today.
Second baseman, number 3, Cody Coleman.
And here's Cody Coleman, the 9-hole hitter, with the bases empty and 1 out. 4-1 Y-D leads. Red Sox trying to win their 3rd game in a row for the 2nd time this summer. Coleman in his maroon shoes. First pitch, right-handed batter, takes a hack, fouls it off towards the playground down the right field line. Fans starting to go home. No balls and 1 strike to Coleman. The berm in right field, not as busy as it was at first pitch, but still some fans hanging out in right center. 0-1. Coleman hammers one into the gap into right center field, going back to right fielder Grice. He plays it off the wall. Cody Coleman into second. He holds there with a stand-up double with 1 out in the top of the 7th. First hit of the summer. In his first start, the Dallas Baptist right-handed hitter nails a double into the gap underneath the 357 mark.
Well, the Red Sox are getting greedy with the extra base hits today, Carlo. With the Johnny Long homer and that long double by Cody Coleman, who weren't sure what to expect power-wise from Coleman, a guy that had no more than 4 home runs in a college season in his career, but hit 2 with wood bats last summer for Falmouth. Shows some good opposite field pop there.
Is the righty Homer Bush Jr., who swings and foul taps the first pitch into the glove of Rubinstein on the slider. No balls and 1 strike. Runner in second. Coleman with decent speed. Infield in at third from Castanazzi. With 1 out, 4-1 Y-D leads, top 7, 0-1. Bush, half swing, looks at a strike. Change catches the outside part of the plate, no balls and 2 strikes. As more Let's Go Anglers chants rain out of the fans still here at Veterans Field. Peterson looks at second, 0-2 to the plate. Fastball on the outside edge, strike 3 called. 3 pitches and the first strikeout of the day for Ben Peterson. Looking to Homer Bush Jr. 2 outs with the runner at second. Here's Luke Schliger. Schlieger, left-handed batter. A single back in the 6th. Another single here would add to the 4-1 Y-D lead. Part of a home-and-home between Chatham and Y-D. Anglers will visit Red Wilson tomorrow for 5 o'clock first pitch. Peterson kicks, first pitch to Schlieger. And a slider catches the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Luke Schlieger has reached in 6 straight games. 0-1. Fastball up and in. Did that get him? Or did it get the bat? Home plate umpire Matt Furtado says it got Luke on the left elbow. Looked like maybe the padding on that elbow, but hit by pitch. A runner at first. Schlieger reaches for the 2nd time today. Here's Cole Carrick. Not sure exactly where that got him, Sam, but when he lifted the arms up,
it had to hit something hard because of the sound it made. If it didn't hit bat, it definitely hit some kind of padding because it sounded like it hit something solid.
2 on, 2 out for the switch-hitting lefty, Cole Carrick, who watches the first pitch. Changeup on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike.
And I assume it didn't hit bone because Schlieger was pretty quick to head on to first base.
The skies are dark, and the Y-D Red Sox are looking to increase their 4-1 lead with 2 outs and 2 on. 0-1. Carrick rakes one down the right field line, well foul. Ahead of that, had a ball similar to that at Fenway during Y-D's Fenway day. He hit into the 2nd level, but it was down the right field line.
Close to staying fair.
Yeah.
Just got the barrel to it. Cole was out in front of Hampton all night from the right-hand batter's box. Definitely seeing more velocity here.
Peterson's 0-2. Carrick stays alive, taps the slider back to the screen, foul. A fan in a red shirt and a Chatham Anglers hat trying to get this crowd motivated. A Chatham home crowd that has only seen 6 wins this summer. Can they get a comeback against the top team on Cape, the Y-D Red Sox? 2 on, 2 out. Here's the 0-2. Carrick pops one up straight back over our heads and back towards some benches by the preschool. And the count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. As Rubinstein wants to go talk to Ben Peterson.
And Mark Furtado went out there with him. That's not something you see every day, with the umpire going out with a catcher. The last time we saw it is when we were in Harwich last, and Danie Wilkinson had to leave a game because he thought he felt something in his arm. But both the catcher and the umpire head back to home plate, so I think Hampton's okay. We don't want to speculate about a potential injury. Just the last time we saw something.
Colden, a double. He's at second. Schliger was hit by a pitch. He's at first. Time is called by the pitcher, Peterson. Let's go Anglers chance. Rain out here at Veterans Field. Cole Carrick looking for a big hit to add to the 4-1 lead. A look back at second by Peterson. Back on his feet is Cody Coleman. Colden stole just 2 bases this past year at Washington State. Decent speed at second. 0-2. Carrick stays alive. Fouls off a changeup back to the netting. And all of a sudden, Sam, in a 4-1 game where it's been pretty mellow, intensity starting to rev up.
Red Sox a chance to put this game out of reach if Carrick can split a gap somewhere.
Cole with 14 RBIs this summer. Waves the bat in a circle in front of him. Bounces it off that left shoulder. Peterson's 0-2. Carrick bounces one left side. Slow roller charging. The third baseman, Castagnazzi, has no play anywhere. Carrick safe at first. It's another infield single for the Y-D Red Sox. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs for Braden Montgomery.
And we get to see Montgomery again with the bases loaded. His second plate appearance today with the bases loaded. He's had him in now 3 straight games.
And he's 3 for 3 with the
in
bases
terms of
loaded.
getting runs home. He had an RBI fielder's choice in a bases loaded 1-out situation 2 days ago. Drove home a run with singles in his last 2 chances.
First pitch to the switch-hitting lefty, and he looks at a slider away. 1 ball and no strikes. A big hit from Montgomery here could give Y-D a tight grasp on this game. Leading 4-1 in the top of the 7th with 2 away. 1-0. Montgomery hits one foul, first base side. On 2 hops, just past the Y-D dugout.
We haven't yet seen the power from Braden Montgomery. All 3 of his hits now for Y-D have been singles, but he's hit the ball hard every time he's reached via single. And he had 18 home runs on his way to becoming the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year this year for Stanford. He's got some sock in that bat. A guy who's about 6'1", 6'2", and very athletic, has plus power from either side of home plate.
18 home runs at Stanford, 1-1. And he takes a changeup low. 2 balls and a strike. Cody Coleman leads at third. Luke Schliger at second. Cole Carrick at first. Flag stoic in center. Braden Montgomery looking for another hit with the bases juice. 2 outs, top 7, 2-1. And he swings and fights one off. Fouls it over the press box down the left field line. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And he got one to hit there, a 92-mile-an-hour fastball about belt high, a little away from him, and just couldn't get it square.
Peterson working from the first base side of the rubber with his light blue shoes. 2-2. Montgomery starts his swing, and he could not stop in time. Called out by home plate umpire Mark Furtado, and a strikeout. Ends the top of the 7th. 2 hits, 3 left on, no runs come across. Time to stretch here at Veterans Field. It's 4-1. Y-D leads Chatham. Be sure to mark your calendars for next Tuesday, July 19th, and join us at Red Wilson Field for Pokemon in the Park. The Cape Cod Toy Chest will be here with entertaining games and fun prizes. To the bottom of the 7th we go here at Veterans Field. Thanks so much for spending your Friday night with us as we stand above the mound here at Chatham, Massachusetts. Johnny Castanazzi, the right-handed batter, due up 6-7-8 for Chatham to face the lefty, Zach Veen. 4-1, Y-D's lead over the Anglers, looking to increase their hold on the top of the Eastern Division with a Brewster loss earlier today. Veen sets at the belt, kicks and deals. Fastball catches the outer edge in the count, no balls and one strike to Castanazzi, who is 0 for 2 today. Johnny, a returning Chatham Angler, hit .231 last year with the team. Bounces the bat off his right shoulder, wearing a red sleeve on that right arm. 0-1, swing and a miss. Fastball at 89. Quickly in the hole, no balls, 2 strikes. Flag is stoic in center. Lights are on here at beautiful Veterans Field. Red Sox looking for their second win in their second trip to Chatham. Veen a closed-off stance, working from the middle of the rubber. 0-2. Fastball above the zone, about head high to Castanazzi. In the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Johnny majoring in exercise and sports science. Is a Tar Heel this past spring, hit .257. Left foot bouncing in the air. Veen kicks, 1-2 to the plate. Curveball misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. After the 7th inning stretch, many a fan have gone home here in Chatham. Some fans still on the hill in right center. There's room to sit in front of us behind home plate. Hadn't been for a while. Defense straight up against the righty Castanazzi. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Chases a fastball and strikes out. Second strikeout for Zach Veen, who sat down all 4 batters he has faced. And here's Chuck Ingram, 4-1. Y-D leads in the bottom of the 7th inning over Chatham.
Veen's looked outstanding. Really has looked outstanding all summer, Carlo. Besides those 2 home runs he gave up back-to-back against Harwich. Had 2 perfect frames his last time, an inning and a third perfect. That's 10 straight batters he's retired, Carlo.
Right into batter of Ingram looks on. Veen kicks and deals. Ingram swings and slices one down the right field line, hooking towards that Y-D bullpen. Giving it a chase is the right fielder Montgomery, but he runs out of real estate. Where Connor Thurman is warming up. The count, no balls and 1 strike. See if the birthday guy can get in. Turning 23 today. Base is empty, 1 out, bottom 7. Veen sets belly button high, gets the signs from Schliger. Is 0-1. Tapped third base side, slow roller. Veen, the pitcher, picks it up and has no play to first. On to first safely is Chuck Ingram. His first hit is an infield single. Little number down the third base line. And in no man's land, Ingram able to reach. Here's the 8-hole hitter, Jack Rubinstein, who homered his last time up, the lone run of the day for the Anglers. The last 3 runs that Chatham has scored have all been solo home runs. 2 against Bourne yesterday and 1 today. Right-handed batter digs in. Ingram leads at first. Does not have a stolen base this summer. Lefty Veen can stare him down the whole way. First pitch to the right-handed batter. Fastball. Pings the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Rubinstein's home run back in the 5th was his first since March 13th, 2021, when he was at Emory. That's 489 days. Ingram leads at first, right hand dangling, 0-1. Slider misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Y-D got 2 runs in the top of the 5th on a Johnny Long home run to right center. Chatham picked up a run on the Rubinstein solo shot, and the Red Sox put up 2 more in the top of the 6th. 4-1 our score. Veen with the long blonde hair from Point Loma flowing out of the back of his white cap. 1-1. Fastball above the zone. Just above the letters to Rubinstein. The count, 2 balls and a strike. Fans still murmuring around, standing back behind home plate. The right arm of Ingram moving back and forth like a grandfather clock. 2-1. Fastball nips the inside part of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got to imagine, Sam, this most likely will be the last frame for Veen. He hasn't gone more than 2 this summer. This next pitch will be his 23rd. Open stance for Rubinstein. 2-2. Fastball, look out, up and in. He spins away. And the count full with a runner at first.
Even though he's working in his second inning of relief, Veen is throwing about as hard as he has all season. Those last 2 fastballs were both clocked at 90 miles an hour on the scoreboard here at Veterans Field after he had been mostly 87s and 88s in his first frame.
Defense double play depth for Veen. 4-1 Y-D leads, bottom 7, 1 out, runner at first. Runner doesn't go, 3-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Zach Veen, the 3rd one swinging. Rubinstein sat down for the first time today. Here's the 9-hole hitter, Anthony Nunez, with 2 away and a runner at first in Ingram.
That was another fastball, and that was another 90 mile an hour on the scoreboard. So Zach Veen maybe working on adrenaline here, but he is throwing as hard as we've seen him throw.
2 outs, runner at first. 4-1, the Y-D lead over Chatham as the bugs start to come out here at Veterans Field. Veen's first pitch to the righty, Nunez, is a fastball that just misses away. 1 ball and no strikes. Anthony Nunez in his off time, a volunteer coach for his neighborhood Little League team. It's always nice to see guys get back to the game. Wearing the blue stirrups today and the Red Shirt Friday red jersey. Every home team wearing the red jerseys today. 1-0. Swing and a miss on a fastball. Snap back throw to first. Not in time. Caden Connor applies the tag. A head first dive from Ingram, who will try to get some dirt out of his belt buckle in front of those white pants with a layer of brown dirt. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Schlieger has already thrown out 1 base stealer today. It was Nunez who's at the plate. 1-1. Fastball misses low and in. 2 balls and a strike. And a lot of fastballs here from Veen, Sam. Scott Pickler, who calls the game for the Red Sox. We've seen him more off-speed heavy, but trusting Veen's fastball. 4-1, the Red Sox lead, looking for their 3rd win of the summer against the Chatham Anglers. Veen's 2-1. Swinging a foul back to the screen, 90 miles an hour. Veen lights up the radar. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. No birds in the sky, at least not that we can see. The lights here at Veteran keeping us going to the bottom of the 7th. Conservative lead at first for Ingram. Here's a 2-2. Fastball misses up and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count again. Last full count Veen had against a hitter. It was Jack Rubinstein. He gave him a high fastball. Rubinstein couldn't lay off. Let's see what Veen does here. Caden Connor plays off the bag at first with 2 outs. Not holding Ingram, who with a full count with 2 away, will most likely be running. Veen kicks. There he goes. The 3-2. Fastball upstairs. And Anthony Nunez did his homework. He did not chase and goes down to first.
Now batting for Chatham, center fielder from Georgia Tech.
So 2 on
Jake DeLeo.
and 2 out. And Jake DeLeo who with 4 home runs is tied for the team league, is the tying run. And Scott Pickler is going to go get his pitcher, Zach Veen. The 2-out walk to put the tying run at the plate. And it's the birthday boy coming into the game. Connor Thurman, who turns 23 today, will make an appearance on the mound. We'll step aside and be right back here at Veterans Field. 4-1, the Y-D Red Sox lead the Chatham Anglers. 2 on and 2 out. Tying run at the plate. It's the leadoff hitter, Daley. Still waiting on Pickler to make the sign. And now he does, and we'll take a break. Connor Thurman coming to the game when we return. Welcome back to Veterans Field in Chatham, Massachusetts, where the Y-D Red Sox hold a 4-1 lead over the Chatham Anglers. We welcome you into the middle of the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs on the board, 2 on, the tying run at the plate, where the Y-D Red Sox hold a 4-1 lead. And a new pitcher on the mound, it's the birthday boy, Connor Thurman, celebrating his 23rd birthday today. Got a cake from superfan Gary before the game. And we'll try to record the final out of the bottom of the 7th. Facing off against the leadoff hitter, right-handed batter Jake DeLeo. Thurman so far this summer, 5 outings, 7 innings, 8 strikeouts, 2 hits. Last appeared against Wareham, where he went 3 and gave up just 1 hit on the road in the Red Sox 4-2 win. He steps off and looks back at second, where Ingram leads. Nunez is at first. A Y-D Red Sox club looking to increase their lead atop the Eastern Division. And the first leg of a home-and-home with the Chatham Anglers. DeLeo in open stance, left foot bouncing up and down. Thurman looks at second, kicks and deals. And the first pitch is a slider that misses away. No ball, or catches the outside part of the plate, excuse me. No balls and 1 strike.
You're going to see lots of those from Connor Thurman, a true one-pitch guy, and it is mostly sliders. He'll feature a fastball every once in a while, but you won't see more than 2 or 3 of those every 15 or 20 pitches.
His 0-1, another slide, another strike. Thigh high on the inside part of the plate, no balls and 2 strikes.
I go back to it often, but I think it illustrates exactly what type of pitcher we're dealing with in Connor Thurman in his perfect 6 up, 6 down outing against Wareham back on July the 2nd. 28 pitches, 25 sliders.
It's a lot of sliders. Nobody holding on the runners for Y-D. 2 on, 2 out, the 0-2. A slider hit in the air to left, going back to left fielder Bush Jr. Now he starts in on the jog, makes the catch, ranging to his left, and ends the inning. Connor Thurman goes 3 pitches. He gets the out he's looking for. And we go to the 8th, 4-1. Y-D leads Chatham. 1 hit, 2 left on. No runs come across through 7 here at Veterans Field. In Chatham, Massachusetts, we welcome you back to Veterans Field. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz. And the top of the 8th inning coming your way as the Y-D Red Sox hold a 4-1 lead over the Chatham Anglers, looking to grab the first of a home-and-home series with Chatham. Due up for the Y-D Red Sox, it's the 5, 6, 7 hitters, Caden Connor, Hunter Haas, and Johnny Long to face Ben Peterson, who remains out there for Chatham. Right-handed pitcher starts his 2nd inning of work. And those bright blue shoes working from the first base side of the rubber. Peterson out of Florida Southwestern State. Connor, a left-handed batter, 0 for his last 6 going back to yesterday. Looking for a hit here today. First pitch home, and he takes a fastball that nicks the inside part of the plate, just above the thigh. No balls and 1 strike. Talking to Caden in batting practice today, he said he kind of just needs a bloop hit. He's been hitting the ball so hard, just needs one to drop somewhere as Peterson steps off. Feels that while his swing has been good and he's hitting the ball hard, something has to go his way.
He's been hitting them at guys. That's half the battle. Hit them where they ain't. The old baseball adage. He's been hitting, quote-unquote, atom balls.
Nobody out, nobody on. Here's the 0-1. Connor pops one up, back towards the press box, down the left field line, going to land in the stands and pop up almost into the press box to the right side of it. No balls and 2 strikes to Caden Connor.
Very nearly into the top press box window where our friends Joe and Ian are calling this game on the TV side for the Anglers. Been a fun little surprise. I'm sure not many baseballs get into the box here with the net in front of them.
0-2. Caden stays alive as he nicks a fastball back to the screen. Count holds it, no balls and 2 strikes. In straightaway center, Jake DeLeo is swung over into the gap in left center. So there's a pretty big hole in right center field towards the 357 mark. Some fans still perched along the hill. 0-2. Caden swings and misses. Slider gets him to chase. There's the first out of the top of the 8th, and it's a strikeout, the 3rd of the day, for Ben Peterson. And Peterson, who gave up 3 earned runs in his last outing against these Y-D Red Sox, looking much more in control so far through an inning and 2/3. 4-1, Y-D leads. Top 8, 1 out, base is empty. Right-handed batter of Hunter Haas looks up. First pitch, Haas takes a changeup at the knees. No balls and 1 strike. Hunter in a little bit of a rut as of late. Last 8 games, 1 for 25. 0-1. He takes curveball low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Did have a sacrifice fly back in the 6th. Was the last run for Y-D. 1-1. Haas takes a fastball as Peterson speeds him up and guns one at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the 1-2. Haas stays alive as he gets a piece, fouled back to the bricks behind home plate. One of the few places on Cape or the backstop is not a chain link fence, which is a nightmare for catchers because the ball just dies. Base is empty, one away, the 1-2. Haas takes low. Fastball misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. These two teams with the worst batting averages in the month of July. 2-2. Haas swings, lifts one into center field, a base hit. Hunter Haas with a bloop single as he finds the gap up the middle. 8th hit of the day for the Y-D Red Sox with a runner on and 1 out. Here's Johnny Long. Well, Hunter Haas trying to find his rhythm, a place in which he had a home run last time Y-D was here. He gets a hit there. 1 on, 1 out, 4-1. Y-D leads Chatham. Here's the right-handed batter of Johnny Long, who had a home run back in the 5th. Opening offering, Johnny takes a fastball on the inside part of the plate, just about thigh high, no balls and 1 strike. Johnny with the only home runs in the month of July. Check on first, back on a head first slide is Hunter Haas. Dives in with the bare hand, an oven mitt glove on that left hand. As he takes a lead, Hunter led Arizona State in stolen bases his freshman year. 0-1 to Johnny. And he looks at a slider low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lights are on. Fans still up on the hill in right center field. Some have gone home. Another throw to first. Another head first slide safely for Hunter Haas. There's seating below us and the bleachers. One out, 1 on, 1-1. Long swings and misses through a high fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. We have yet to see a 2 home run day from any Y-D Red Sox. Johnny could do that with another long ball. He leads the team with 3. A lob throw to first. No tag applied by the first baseman Ledford, but Hunter Haas continues to turn that white uniform brown as he dives in here at Veterans Field. 1-2. Long looks at a slider away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A home and home between these two teams. This is the first leg. Chatham makes the drive to Red Wilson Field tomorrow for a 5 o'clock first pitch. 2-2. Long swings, rips one down the left field line, over towards the wall. It is off the wall. Hitting the bag at third and getting a late stop sign from Pickler. Hunter Haas holds Johnny Long into second with a stand-up double. His second extra base hit of the night. And Y-D with 2 in scoring position and 1 out, leading 4-1 in the top of the 8th. Johnny Long feet away from his second home run.
So close, Carlo. Oh, so close. Left field is a little less generous here at Veterans Park for righties than right field is for left-handed hitters, and Long absolutely pummeled that baseball, but it just didn't have enough to get out of the ballpark. That ball got off about 3/4 of the way up that 6-foot-high fence and straightaway left about 365 feet away. Super close.
Alrighty, Zach Liu swings at the first pitch, fouls it off the top of the screen. No balls and 1 strike to him. Infield is in. Everyone with their toes on the infield grass. Y-D looking to grab a handle on this game, leading 4-1 in the top of the 8th. Liu so far today, 0 for 3. He can grab his first RBIs of the summer with a big hit. A 1. And he taps one foul towards the Y-D dugout. In the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Flag quiet in center. Fans starting to head for their cars. A Chatham team that plays 3 of the next 4 at home, which is good for the Anglers because they haven't won on the road. Haas at third. 0-2. Liu sends one for his souvenir over towards the tree by the bathrooms. The Captain J.D. Parker tree, named for the naval officer. Long with a extraordinarily large lead at second. No one is holding him on. The whole infield is playing in front of him, so he might as well be halfway to third. With 1 out, Hunter Haas at first. 0-2. Liu swings and misses. Chases a high curveball and strikes out. A big strikeout for Peterson. That's his 4th. Takes away the sacrifice fly. And here's Cody Coleman, the 9-hole hitter who knocked a double off the wall in right center his last time up. Cody making his Y-D debut today. A guy who was working an internship in Mashpee, not too far from here, doing physical therapy. First pitch to the right-handed batter, curveball for a strike on the outside part of the plate. No balls and one strike. He had spent the beginning of the summer with Falmouth, was cut, working towards a kinesiology master's degree, doing a summer internship as so many college kids are. 2 on, 2 out, 0-1. Skips in the dirt. Changeup misses off the outside. Good job by Rubinstein using his black chest protector to keep it in front of him. 1 ball, 1 strike. But unlike most college kids, Cody Coleman also can play baseball pretty well. And so mid-internship, he was called to put on a Y-D uniform and play for Scott Pickler. Hunter Haas at third, Johnny Long at second. 4-1 Y-D leads, top 8, 2 out. 1-1, fastball at the top of the zone. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and Peterson a strike away from getting through the jam. Golden looks at his bat, takes a practice swing, digs in the crimson shoes, representing his old school Washington State, transferring to Dallas Baptist. Big lead at second for Long. 1-2. Golden fights off a fastball, 92 at the bottom of the zone. He sends it towards the playground down the right field line, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Red Sox, a team that hit about .250 with runners in scoring position. A base hit into the gap should score 2. Can they add to their 4-1 lead? 1-2. Golden takes a fastball up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brewster lost today. A win today for Y-D would continue to cement themselves atop that Eastern Division. Two on, 2 out, a 2-2 count. Deuces are wild. The pitch to Coleman. And he looks at strike 3 on the outer edge. Schliger catches the zone and leaves 2 runners stranded. It's still a 3-run game here at Veterans Field. 4-1, the Y-D Red Sox lead the Chatham Anglers. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Here at Veterans, 2 hits, 2 left on, no runs come across, and Y-D's lead remains at 3. We welcome you back to Veterans Field in Chatham, Massachusetts. Bottom of the 8th inning coming your way. Here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network, the Y-D Red Sox lead the Chatham Anglers by a score of 4-1. Connor Thurman, celebrating his 23rd birthday today, remains out there for Y-D. He takes on the 2, 3, 4 hitters for Chatham, Mitchell Daley, Cooper Ingle, and Caden Grice. Lone run for the Anglers coming on a solo home run from Jack Rubinstein. Today they have left 7 on the base paths. As the right-handed batter, Daley digs in, 0 for 3 today. Is the hitter from Texas. Black bat above his blue helmet as he stares in towards the righty Thurman. The pitch, slider, misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. Thanks so much for spending your Friday night with us here in beautiful Chatham, Massachusetts. What was a fantastic crowd to begin has dwindled down here at Veterans. Thurman's 1-0. Almost gets Mitchell Daley. He pirouettes out of the way, spinning and turning his back. 2 balls and no strikes. Another slider from Connor Thurman. Fog starting to roll in here at Veterans Field. Of course, that is what Chatham is so famous for. On the first base side of the rubber, here's the 2-0. Another slider at the knees, strike one. 2 balls and a strike. The last time the Anglers were home, the fog was so bad that Caden Grice, who's due up, was playing right field and said he couldn't see the pitch. But they'll play through the fog here in Chatham. Nobody out, nobody on. 2-1, slider, check swing, did he go? No, says first base umpire Brandon Johnson. The Y-D dugout lets out how they feel. 3 balls and 1 strike. 4-1, Y-D leads Chatham. Anglers looking to down the best team in the Eastern Division. Chatham at the bottom of the division. Thurman exhales. 3-1. Slider. Nicks the outside part of the plate. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Full count here to Daley, who struck out twice swinging. Defense playing pretty much straight up. Shortstop Haas is in the gap, and the outfield playing deep. Flag in center hasn't moved. 3-2. Slider at the knees, strike 3 called. Connor Thurman strikes out Mitch Daley looking.
That'll make him happy on his birthday. Nothing that Connor Thurman loves more than striking hitters out. Led the nation in strikeout percentage this year for University of San Diego. In his 21 innings, he struck out 42 batters. That was an even 18 batters per 9. Hasn't been quite that effective at striking guys out. He's been excellent for the Red Sox this summer, but you got to know that getting ahead of a hitter there, he loves being able to put him away.
Nobody on, 1 away. Bottom 8, 4-1 Y-D. Here's the left-handed bat of Cooper Ingle for the Chatham Anglers. Opening offering, a slider at the knees for his strike. No balls and 1 strike. Ingle with that orange knee protector, or shin protector, I should say, on the right arm. Thurman sets, 0-1. Fastball misses high. First one we see from Connor Thurman. The count, 1 ball, 1 strike. 10 pitches, 9 sliders, 1 fastball.
Sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
Probably be another 10 or 12 pitches before we see another one.
Infield swung over to the right. Hunter Haas, the second baseman, playing, or the shortstop, playing to the right of second. 1-1. Slider misses away. 2 balls and a strike. If you're just joining us, Y-D picked up 2 runs in the 5th on a Johnny Long 2-run home run. Chatham with a solo home run from Rubinstein in the bottom of the frame. 2 more runs for Y-D in the 6th. 2-1 home. Slider hit away from the shift. Shortstop Hunter Haas ranges to his right, gloves knee high, throws to first in time for the out. And there's 2 away.
That was almost awfully dangerous for Connor Thurman because he reached out for that baseball as it went on by him with his bare hand. And as a pitcher, that's just about the worst thing that you can do. But I think he realized what had happened, and he kind of pulled his hand away from it the last second. He knew his infield was shifted over to the pole side that his shortstop, Hunter Haas, was playing up the center of the diamond. He said, I'm going to let this one go through, make sure it doesn't hit off the bare hand. Don't want to break any bones just days before the MLB draft.
Probably a smart decision. Righty on lefty with 2 outs, bases on. Caden Grice looks at a first pitch, slider on the outside part of the plate. The count, no balls and 1 strike. Grice, who had a fantastic performance last time these 2 teams faced off, but not in the batter's box, rather on the mound. 5 innings of 2-hit baseball, gave up just 1 run. Thurman's 0-1 down the hill. Slider hit into the gap in the right center field. That ball drops for a base hit. Caden Grice with a knock. The first hit for Grice of the day.
Now batting for Chatham, the first baseman.
Here is Noah Ledford in his final day as a Chatham Angler. Chatham has left 7 on base today, as Grice leads at first. Ledford is 0 for 3. Another guy batting from the left side. Ledford, a switch hitter. Thurman stares in, comes set, moves the glove above his head, brings it to his belly button. First pitch home. Fastball misses away. 1 ball and no strikes. 4-1, Y-D leads Chatham. Looking for their first win in a home-and-home series. Red Sox are 0-5-1 in their 3 home-and-homes. Thurman's 1-0. Slider, backdoors the outside part of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ledford just 3 for his last 23. But 2 of those 3 hits are home runs. Shift is on for the left-handed batter. Infield over to the right. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Slider gets him to chase. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Caden Grice does not have a stolen base. He's at first. The shortstop, Zach Liu, has moved all the way, or the third baseman, Zach Liu, has moved all the way from third to the right side of second base. In the hole is Colden, about 3 or 4 feet deep in right. 1-2. Slider misses low. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and a runner at first. 4-1, Y-D leads Chatham. Thurman bent at the waist, ball behind his hip, glove pressed against his uniform. Schliger gets him the signs. A conservative lead at first for Caden Grice. Noah Ledford looking for a big hit in his final game as an Angler. 2-2. Slider, swing and a miss, he got him. Connor Thurman strikes out Noah Ledford and ends the 8th inning. 1 hit, 1 left on, no runs come across. We head to the 9th. Y-D looking for some insurance, up 4-1 over the Chatham Anglers. We welcome you back to Veterans Field here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz. We begin the 9th, 4-1. The Y-D Red Sox lead the Chatham Anglers on a cold night here at Veterans Field, and a buggy one as well. Hope you brought your bug spray if you're here at the ballpark. Thanks so much for spending your Friday night with us. Here's the righty Homer Bush Jr., who swings at the first pitch and comes up with nothing but air. No balls and 1 strike. 1-2-3 due up for Y-D. Bush Jr., Schliger, and Carrick. 0-1. Homer swings, laces one into center field. Coming in, the center fielder, DeLeo, and he makes a head-high catch on the jog. 1 away. So a 2-hit day for Homer Bush Jr. And a pinch hitter. For the first time this summer, we get our look at Tyler DiMartino out of Xavier, who comes to Y-D right into batter. Watches a first pitch, fastball, catch the top of the zone. No balls and 1 strike. DiMartino was last playing with the Pittsfield Suns of the Futures League. 0-1. Fastball misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Talking to him in batting practice today, he said he got the call after his game against Vermont, 1-1. And he takes low on the changeup. 2 balls and a strike. 4-1, Y-D leads. 1 out, bases empty, top 9.
He wasn't sure where he'd be coming, Carlo, but he knew he had chances on Cape Cod.
1 out, bases empty, 2-1. Changeup at the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Said he got back home at 2 a.m. after playing the Vermont Lake Monsters. 2-2. Fastball low, full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. And immediately got in his car and drove to Cape. Tyler said he is currently staying with his preschool teacher. 3-2. Swing and a miss as he chases a fastball and strikes out. To finish that story, his preschool teacher moved out here on Cape, and in a small world, as they call it, he ends up being hosted by his preschool teacher. Who would have thought? 2 outs, bases empty, top 9. Last chance for the Y-D Red Sox to get some insurance. Due up for Chatham in the bottom of the frame, the 6, 7, 8 hitters, Castagnazzi, Ingram, and Rubinstein. Here's the switch-hitting lefty Carrick, who swings at the first pitch, lifts it foul down the first baseline. No balls and 1 strike. All the offense was in the 5th and the 6th. 2 runs for Y-D, 1 for Chatham. That was in the 5th. 2 more in the 6th for the Red Sox. 0-1. Fastball just misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Chatham dugout thought that was strike 2. Carrick singled back in the 7th, was left stranded. The lone hitter hitting above 300 for this Y-D team. Bat bounces off his left shoulder. 1-1, he checks his swing, takes a strike. Upper thigh high, outside part of the plate, 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Ben Peterson trying to finish off this one. And put it in the hands of his hitters. 1-2. Carrick tops one, first base side. It bounces towards foul territory, snagged nicely by the first baseman Ledford, who jogs to first and steps on the bag. Chatham has 3 outs. They need 3 runs. We head to the bottom of the 9th. 4-1, Y-D leads here at Veterans Field. We welcome you back to Veterans Field here in Chatham, Massachusetts, where the Chatham Anglers are trying to start some offense in the bottom of the 9th inning. 4-1, Y-D leads. Due up for Chatham, we have a pinch hitter. It is Guy Garibay, the left-handed batter out of Rice, as he faces Connor Thurman. Defensive changes for Y-D. Fernando Gonzalez now catching. See if we see.
Looks like that's it, I think, in terms of changes.
All right. Left-handed bat of Guy Garibay. Looks at a first pitch slider on the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. The lone run today for Chatham coming off the bat of Jack Rubinstein. Solo home run. Very similar to the last time Y-D was here. 0-1 to Garibay. And he takes a slider for strike 2 on the inside part of the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Garibay had the lone run here at Veterans Field on June 30th. It was a solo home run to right. The lone run for Chatham, that is. Y-D put 8 across the board. Nobody out, nobody on. Here's the 0-2. Half swing, did he go? No, says third base umpire Michael Farnham. And the Y-D dugout in awe. They don't agree with that. Zach Liu, the third baseman, goes to the right of second. Colden is in the hole at second base, playing in shallow right field. And Caden Connor down the line. Hunter Haas, the only defender to the left of second base. Thurman comes set at the bell. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the pinch hitter, Garibay. Here it comes. Swing and a foul down the left field line. Couple of kids who have stayed here at Veterans Field. Pretty empty as we move towards 10 o'clock. Hill and right just has a couple people on it. Seats in front of us, about a third of the way full. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Garibay, who spins the bat in a circle above his blue helmet. Here it comes. Slider misses off the outer edge. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I think that might have been a fastball, Carlo, and I think he tried to surprise him, shoot the corner, and it looked like he did just that, but just missed a hair outside, but certainly accomplished his goal in fooling Garibay.
2-2. Misses away. That's a slider. And the full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Thurman continuing to try to paint the outer edge to Garibay, who's pinch hitting for Castanazzi. To begin the bottom of the 9th, 4-1, Y-D leads. Chatham needs at least 2 base runners to bring the tying run to the plate. Nobody out, nobody on. Flag quiet in center, 3-2. Slider misses up and away. A leadoff walk to Guy Garibay. And a good start for the Chatham Anglers. Another pinch hitter to the plate. It's Matthew Hogan. Hogan pinch hitting for Rubinstein, who has the only home run. Left-handed batter, hitting .290 this summer. One of the best hitters on this Chatham team. And Thurman has to work out of some trouble. Guy Garibay at first has 3 stolen bases, decently fast. Thurman's first pitch home, slider, in there. For strike 1 on the outside part of the plate, no balls and 1 strike.
Luke Jewett has begun to throw for the Red Sox in the bullpen.
Hogan with just 2 extra base hits this summer. They're both doubles. Moves the bat in a circle above his left shoulder. Here comes an 0-1. And he takes a strike outside part of the plate again. Another slider, and Comer Thurman peppering the edge to the left-handed batter. Hogan wearing the stirrups. A white sleeve on that left arm, juxtaposed with the black gloves. Chatham in the red shirt Friday uniforms, as is every home team across the Cape. Nobody out, runner at first, the 0-2. Slider in on the hands, nubbed back to the screen. Count holds, no balls and 2 strikes. The shift is on for Hogan. Hunter Haas, the shortstop, playing to the right of second. Cody Coleman, the second baseman, is in the hole, his heels on the right field grass. A small lead at first for Guy Garibay after his walk to begin the inning. 0-2. Swing and a fly ball into right, going back to right fielder Montgomery. He takes 2 steps in and makes the catch. Back to first on his feet is Guy Garibay as Matt Hogan flies out to right. And here's Rubinstein. Bottom 9, 4-1. Y-D leads Chatham. 1 out and 1 on. Rubinstein, whose pants are dirtied up with spots of gray and brown from sliding around, walked, reached on a wild pitch in the 3rd. First pitch to the righty, and he takes a slider off the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and no strikes. An anxious Chatham crowd still here. Fans with lawn chairs lining the back of the plate. And behind home to the right of it, about 10 or so people remain on the hill. 4-1 Y-D leads, looking to take the first of this home and home with Chatham. 1-0 to Rubinstein. Slider on the outside part of the plate. Pings for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rubinstein waves the bat, belt high. Home run was his first in over a year, back in the 5th. Bat rests on his right shoulder, 1-1. And he swings and taps one, foul, just behind home plate. Gonzalez, the catcher, scoops it up, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Some kids here at Veterans trying to ignite some Let's Go Chatham chants. An Anglers team that hasn't really been known for their late inning work. They've given up 10 leads this summer, including one yesterday in the bottom of the ninth at Board. Garibay at first, one away, the 1-2. Slider misses, low and away. And they count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the 4 runs for the Red Sox hold up. Pitching staff has allowed 1 run over the last 17 innings. Can they keep it that way? 4-1 Y-D leads. Garibay at first. 2-2. Swing and a miss! Slider gets Rubinstein to chase and Chatham down to their final out in the bottom of the ninth.
The shortstop from the University of Tampa.
Here's Anthony Nunez. Left-handed batter. Walked back in the 5th, was caught stealing. Walked in the 7th, was left at first. Garibay, a leadoff walk. He's at first. His gloves in his right hand as he takes a 2-step lead. No wind here at Veterans Field. The Y-D Red Sox, second of 3 trips to Chatham, Massachusetts. They're trying to leave with another win. Nobody holding on Garibay at first. He increases his lead. Opening offering home to the lefty, running is Garibay, and a swing and a miss on a slider. Guy Garibay without a throw is into second. Give him his 4th stolen base.
Perhaps a defensive indifference. We haven't really seen a defensive indifference this year.
Does the Cape mark in defensive indifferences?
Well, I think that's up to official scorer Amanda Taylor.
We'll see what Amanda puts. 4-1, the Y-D lead. 2 outs, bottom 9. Tying run is on deck. Anthony Nunez would need to reach to bring up Jake DeLeo. Nunez with the blue stirrups, contrasting the red uni on Redshirt Friday. Reached twice today. Connor Thurman in what could be one of his last outings as a Y-D Red Sox, trying to close the book in the bottom of the ninth. No balls and 1 strike to Nunez. Thurman from the first base side of the rubber, looks at second, deals. Slider misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. And a lot of close misses for Connor Thurman on his birthday. It's his birthday, man. Give him the close pitch.
Give him, you would think that maybe Mark Furtado would be aware of the things like this, but clearly he's still unbiased.
1-1. Swinging a foul tap on another slider off the left ankle of Nunez, whose front of his jersey coated in dirt after that slide into second in which he was caught by a mile. Thanks to the right arm of Luke Schliger. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chatham down to their final out. Red Sox looking for their first win in a home-and-home series. A win here today would be their 3rd in a row, make it their 2nd 3-game winning streak. Before taking on this Anglers team tomorrow, 5 o'clock first pitch. We'll have it for you at Red Wilson Field. Garibay leads at second. Shift is on with 2 strikes. Third baseman Lou goes to the right of second base. In the hole is Cody Coleman. Left-handed bat of Nunez is ready. Thurman stares in. Ben at the waist, he comes set. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count with 2 outs. Bottom 9, here it comes. And a swing and a pop-up, this could do it. On the infield, coming in, the third baseman Lou. He calls everybody off to the right of second base, makes the catch, and ends this one here at Veterans. The Y-D Red Sox come away with a 4-1 win over the Chatham Anglers. They win their 3rd in a row and the first half of a home-and-home for the first time this summer as they pick up their 2nd win in their 2nd trip to Veterans Field. Once again, Sam, the pitching magnificent. Really one mistake all night, the home run to Rubinstein.
And that's really it. And I'm sure Grant Taylor wants that 1 pitch back, but only 3 hits allowed in his 5 innings. He struck out 7. He was great. Zach Veen an inning and 2/3. He was great. How about Connor Thurman pitching the last 2 1/3 of this one, picking up the 3 strikeouts that he had? I'm sure he'll tell you he wanted even more. Got ahead of some hitters, couldn't put him away, but still didn't allow any more than just 1 hit and 1 walk in his 2 1/3. And happy birthday. I'm sure that he's happy with how he pitched on his 23rd. And maybe his last appearance for the Red Sox with the draft impending. He is draft eligible. We'll see how that goes for him. But Connor Thurman, happy birthday, finishing this one off with 2 1/3 outstanding relief for the Red Sox.
That's going to do it for us here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. We will see you tomorrow, 5 o'clock first pitch, when the Y-D Red Sox take on the Chatham Anglers with a chance at the sweep in the home and home. Y-D picks up their 3rd straight win as they down Chatham 4-1 on the road at Veterans Field. Have a safe night, everybody.